TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top-flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Big ups to the flock. Thank y'all for joining us for this installment of the Pelican post-game report. Much love to the flock. We in the building. Big ups to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in this installment of the Pelican post-game report. Friday edition. Pels still have moves to make. We got quite a few things we're going to cover in this installment of the Pelican post-game report. I'd like to welcome you guys in and give a mighty shout out to the flock. Big ups to the flock. Much love to the flock here in the Pelican post-game report. I'm Big Q chiming in. I got my co-host DC in the place to be. DC, what's going on?
Well, wait, DC where?
DC in the place to be.
I hear you, brother. What's happening, Big Q? What's up, flockers? What's up? What's up? The Memphis trade is not complete, so there is still hope. Ain't no reason for us to be pulling our hair out, man. We can't say he whiffed because it ain't over. But I'm actually happy, you know what I'm saying? Unlike some of y'all in the chat, I see y'all a little nervous and still a little unhappy. But I think y'all really should go look at Devonte Graham and Jonas valenciunis highlights again. They give you a lot of hope.
Yeah, we've been seeing that, man. And like I said, I'm not I'm not upset about these moves. I still feel it's quite incomplete, to be honest with you, fam. Y'all know if it was some BS, I'll be feeling a certain type of way. But I still feel it's incomplete. There's still other things they're reaching out to do and moves to be making. So I still feel they got a player or two to add.
Hold up, Q. We got a great human being in the comments. That boy said, keep y'all head up. David Griffin is announcing that they signing me tomorrow. You right about that. Whoever they sign, he gonna make sure it's a great human being. That's for damn sure.
Great human being. All right.
That's pretty funny, bro. He done made a tag and everything.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. What's up, fam? Appreciate y'all being in the building, man. Much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all. We got quite a few news, notes, and items we're going to cover in this installment of the Pelican Post-Game Report. Thank y'all for joining us on this Friday episode of the show. Much love to all the family members, all the flock family members, Jasper.
All the flocking family.
Rick's Raw, King Buckets, B. Thomas, VB Saints Pale Lady, Kai the Great 84, Keith Barnes, A Royal Perspective, Game, State of the Pelicans, Emmett Brady, J. Carl, what's up, fam? J. Carl, big ups to your fam. Jerry Poor Jr., the OG, great human being, Cordell 98. What's up, Devonte for mayor? State of the Pelicans, Cato Kid, Jonathan, Mr. Shaw, all the family members, man. Gnarly Rabbit, what's up, fam? All the fam, appreciate y'all being in this. Much love to the flock. Go Pels to everybody in the building. So with that being said, fam, I want to play something for you guys. What's up, Sky? Big ups, John Thompson. What's up, fam? Go Pels. All right, so I want to play something for you guys from Windhurst. Then we're going to cover an article from Scott Kushner of NOLA.com speaking about David Griffin. He's very sour on Griffin. And listen, we've been hammering David Griffin for a while, man. We've been, I kind of see that we be running ahead of stuff. I just can't help to see that. Y'all tell me what time it is, because a lot of people be kind of milk toast on this stuff, and we just keep it real. We just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? And we just keep it real. We don't care about all that old funny stuff and that foolishness. We just keep it real, and people gravitate to that. But we're gonna cover some articles and give some credit where credit is due. But before we get going, I want to share with the family members. We're gonna play this right here. This is from the Pelicans report, one of my favorite resources here, and this is a snippet that came from. This is a snippet that came from Windhurst, as he was talking about Pelican rumor. Now I want you guys to put one in the chat if you can hear this and let me know. So here we go.
Pretty low, Big Q. On my end, at least.
Yeah, I know. It's best I can do on
it. Josh Hart could still stay, but I've heard some rumors out there about where Josh Hart could go in a sign and trade. So they do have some irons in the fire. But Valenciunis, I think Valenciunis makes sense. I think Valenciunis wants an extension. New Orleans, I do think, has some interest possibly in marking him. New Orleans isn't done. The possibility that Buddy Hield could be on the move this offseason, and I could actually see scenarios where Buddy Hield would make sense in New Orleans.
All right, so
there's been some rumbling.
They're running again.
Possibly, maybe they could do a deal with Toronto to acquire Goran Dragic, who Griff has a long-term relationship with, and now coaching consultant, now associated with the organization, Mike D'Antoni, who has a history with Dragic. A couple of rumors out there about Josh Hart's, Josh Hart could still stay, but I've heard some rumors out there about where Josh Hart could go in a sign and trade. So they do have some irons in the fire. But Valenciunis, I think Valenciunis makes sense. There's been some rumbling about.
And that's it right there, family. We're going to bounce back on that. DC, you heard what old Wendy was saying, man. And Wendy was dropping some science about the Pelicans, sharing some game about what's going on with the Pelicans, saying that they're not done, and he's hearing things that they're doing. Let me put this up on screen right here from the Pelican report. Hold on. Let me shut that down.
All right, shout out to Michael Shivers Jr., bro. Thank you for that $20 in super chat, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, bro. Hashtag flock up, Pels family.
Flock up.
That's what I'm talking about.
Flock up and flock them up. You heard me?
That's right. Let's get into this one right here, man. And of course, when you look at the article, you see, Windhurst here. And of course, some of the things that were highlighted was rumblings about Goran Dragic, trading for Goran Dragic, the sign and trade deal being discussed for Josh Hart. Okay, Valenciunis wants an extension. Pelicans have interest in marketing, we covered this on the last show when I kept saying it feels like we're not done yet here. And of course, he said could see Buddy Hield returning to NOLA. All this is big
next
shoe to fill.
Now, one thing I would like to point out about Buddy, when Devonte Graham signed his contract with us, 4 years, $47 million, guess who was in his messages?
Who that?
None other than Mr. Buddy Hield, congratulating him on his contract.
How about that?
With an ink pen emoji. You know how they talking cryptic. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to feel about the Buddy Hield thing. Y'all heard my perspective before. Feels weird getting back somebody that we traded away for a first round pick. As long as we ain't got to give up a first round pick to get him. Not sure we'll have to after what I saw from Sacramento. Maybe I'm wrong about what's the point guard over there? Big Q? Can't remember his name. De'Aaron Fox. Maybe I'm wrong about De'Aaron Fox. Maybe Buddy Hield was the guy they was looking to get rid of, and when they brought in they drafted another point guard this year and drafted one last year. So
Mitchell.
Halliburton maybe is gonna play shooting guard.
Didn't they pick up
Fox
Davion
and
Mitchell?
Yeah, Davion Mitchell might be like a 6-man, and they get rid of Buddy Hield. You know what I'm saying? He is making the gang money too. And Marvin Bagley's also out there too. I didn't hear Windhurst mention him, but it would be interesting. I mean, Marvin Bagley is a guy that can play 4 and 5. He can stretch the field a little bit too. I mean, his rookie year, he was off the charts, man, and he's kind of been held back from injuries, and his parents don't want him now no more and all that. So he's somebody else we probably could look out for too with the Sacramento thing, as well as your guy Harrison Barnes, man. It could really be any one of those guys or a combination of them. You know, Josh Hart with the signing of Didi Lozada, Najee Marshall, we got Murphy. You know what I'm saying? Murray. When I say Murray. I don't think. I don't know, man. It ain't looking good for Josh Hart. I think he out of here, bro. You know, but yeah, John Thompson, marketing might be a guy too. You know, he said he don't want to be he don't want to be with the Bulls. He came out and said that. So, you know, that might be a guy. To give him $20 million, I think is a bit much. That was the thing I didn't like. I didn't want to give him $20 million. I think where they got him listed right now, around 15, 16 or something, is more like where he should be. Because while we give him $20 million, then we got how are we gonna throw him into the starting lineup? Like, what we gonna put Bi at the 2, and then you gonna put him at the 4 and Zion at 3. So I don't know how that would work. Not crazy about giving him $20 million, but I think a guy to come off the bench and give you 20 minutes or so for $15 million, something like that, would be way more digestible. And I think it'll give us the flexibility to still pull off one of those other guys too. So, you know, you can bring 2 guys. If they get Dragic, I'm not mad at that, especially with us having Devonte Graham. But my only thing is, okay, what are we doing with Kyra? So Kyra he gonna go to Summer League? Like, I don't know how that's gonna work, but got to put that in perspective and think about it. But would be the worst thing in the world. Dragic would definitely make us better. You know, we would be a better team for having him. But what do you got to give up? I'm sure Toronto don't just want to give him away. They had to get something from Miami for Kyle Lowry, and I'm sure they're willing to look to convert that into an asset. So to trade Dragic second rounder or something, okay, whatever, big deal. We give all our second rounders away for cash anyway, right? So that wouldn't be no big deal, but you would be paying him about 19, 20 million. So we back at that number, Q.
Yeah, I know. It's that's the particulars, working out the compensation, and of course the money, because a couple of these guys that the Pelicans could be interested in, they want contract extensions. They want more money. Marketing's been on record saying that he wants more money. Also, you have Valenciunis that's a part of a deal that doesn't get completed and until I think today was the final day on that deal for that to be completed. So I mean, Valanciunas wants an extension. This is similar to what happened with Steven Adams, except Steven Adams actually had the power to stop the trade from occurring, where Valanciunas does not. So right. I mean, we'll see how this all shakes and moves moving forward. But DC, let's cover this article. Let's jump right into it with Scott Kushner. After deflating free agency, it's unclear how the Pelicans improved. Now, he's been real critical of David Griffin as of recent. And let's cover this article right here by Scott Kushner. I always like him, man.
He deserves all the goddamn criticism he getting.
Always. Well, yes, indeed. You know, what started a bang has eroded to a whimper. The New Orleans Pelicans foray, and I invite anybody to go to, and Scott's been on the show before, and I appreciate how he writes. He tells it like it is, man.
Yeah, I like Scott.
So you know, if family members go to NOLA.com and feel free to share Scott Kushner's articles. What started with a big bang has eroded to a whimper. The New Orleans Pelicans foray through the heart of the offseason began by casting away the sins of last year, clearing the deck for rapid roster transformation in the quest toward immediate improvement. Instead, the Pelicans dispatched 3 starters and received an underwhelming batch of talent in return. While much of their ballyhooed flexibility remains intact, it only produces more consternation about what didn't transpire this week. There's no big name arriving. Talks of pursuing Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, and many others trickled throughout June and July, but nearly all resulted in stiff arms as proven veterans after proven veteran opted to sign with other teams despite reports of Pelicans' interest. At the moment, is the roster better than last season?
Yes.
Marginally. That's mostly.
I don't know about that.
Let's hear what his explanation is. That's mostly because of shedding the dead weight of Eric Bleeding Sore and Steven Adams, two players who arrival was celebrated by the team less than a year ago, and the turbulent Lonzo Ball also left. So the 23-year-old guard, a productive player who New Orleans reasonably felt wasn't worth the $85 million guaranteed to him by the Bulls. So shedding those starters is understandable. Their replacements, however, are what drains confidence in the front office. While Valanciunas is a quality NBA starter who fits the Pelicans better than Adams did, he's not exactly the kind of marquee addition who drastically alters the team trajectory. Plus, he's entering the final year of his contract, making his long-term impact unknown. The only other notable pickup is volume shooter Devonte Graham, who New Orleans exchanged a lottery-protected first-round pick for, so they can sign him to a 4-year deal. While Graham is certainly a better shooter than Bledsoe, his numbers are similar to Ball's, though he should mesh better because he embraces the catch-and-shoot role that Ball often wanted to break out of. Other than that, not much else has changed when the NBA's moratorium ceased at 11:01 a.m. on Friday. Thomas Satoransky, Garrett Temple, and the return of Willie Hernangomez, more on that later, don't move the needle. While there's still possibilities on the horizon, including the looming decision on restricted free agent Josh Hart, the Pelicans ended the work week without changing their reputation. Ultimately, it's still being left to Zion Williamson and BI to carry the franchise, and their growth will drive the team's fortunes rather than the supporting cast around them. While it's not entirely foolish strategy, it also rather unimpressive given the possibilities and promise this week presented. But that's the folly of free agency here. If free agency made anything clear, is that the Pelicans can't rely on luring players who have a choice in their future. In the league's second smallest market without a whiff of sustained winning in its history, it's an unattractive package to any player comparing competitive offers. Add in firing coaches in consecutive seasons, public unhappiness from Williamson's family, and disparaging comments made about David Griffin by J.J. Redick upon his unfriendly exit, it's fairly clear why the Pelicans have a hard time attracting talent. Mm-hmm. The only thing they can do to change is win and do it consistently. You want to know why players don't have faith in this team? It hasn't tallied consecutive winning seasons since 08 and 09. Damn. That's back from the Saints. That's back before the Saints hoisted the Lombardi Trophy, or the name Pelicans meant anything more than the big beak bird and the defunct minor league baseball team, who Tom Benson obviously bought that. That's who. That's what.
You point that out, huh?
Well, I got to, because it's the history of the team. That's where the hell it came from, because Tom Benson used to watch the minor league Pelicans with his father, and when they went defunct, he bought it for nostalgic purposes, had a fake naming contest saying name your team, and then mysteriously the name of the team became the same name of the minor league team that he owned. That's another story.
How dare you? The people didn't pick that name?
Since then, the franchise has been roiling in various bouts of turmoil, and he ain't lying, man. He hitting on some stuff, and now it's staring down a crucial season for Williamson's future. It's not an easy place to attract talent, but that's not to let Griffin off the hook. Quote, I would liken what happens from the outside when you're looking at a team to reading a page one letter at the time, end quote. Griffin said in a news conference last week, quote, but you're doing it days apart. You don't really see the picture. But what happens is this becomes a tapestry of moves, and Coach Willie Green is a giant leap forward to bringing this vision to light. We'll be making a series of moves that bring the picture into clarity, and if you take the totality of everything that happens this offseason, you'll see the picture very clearly.
Wait, what? Is he trying to write a poem or tell us what's going on?
That's how he sees a politician, bro. He speaks in generalities and not specifics, bro, because you can't nail him down or say, well, you supposed to do this. Well, I didn't actually say that. That's what kind of dude you got right there. That's why I really don't like this dude, man, because hold on, let me finish the article, DC, and I give it to you. Thus far, the picture is still blurry and very much in the eye of the beholder. The Pelicans didn't do anything in the past week to call this roster a masterpiece. They might be better, but there certainly isn't any clarity or consensus to it. What started with an opportunity has evolved into a mystery. And while the Pelicans might have boosted their chances to be more attractive in the future, this week mostly revealed how challenging their position is in the present. So, DC, after hearing this big article right here for Scott Kushner, take it away, my friend, in your analysis on it.
I think he has a lot of adamant points, man. Very critical of Mr. Griffin himself, Doc Ock, David Griffin, the octopus, as you call him. Definitely deservingly so. I do think we do have some clarity on that picture. It ain't that blurry to me. We're going to see more points, Zion. It's very obvious by the signing of Devonte Graham, who's a point guard that can also play very well off the ball. You know what I'm saying? Jonas Valanciunas, in my opinion, that's probably one of the only things I didn't like about the article. I think he kind of downplaying him a little bit. He didn't even mention Graham. So speaking from Kushner's point of view, I see where he's coming from. And I agree to an extent, but I feel like this team is a lot better than people think. Also, with the addition of our rookie, I don't know how many people been looking into him, man. That rookie we got is gonna be something, bro. I mean, that might really wind up being one of the best picks in the draft because what we got him and what he'll be able to provide and the type of skill set he has. I mean, this guy's been a certified shooter since he been balling. You know what I'm saying? Really, 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 really high potential on the rookie we got. Then you got NAW, man. NAW was cutting up with Team Canada. Like, we have a lot of bright spots. I think the main thing about this team is how these guys mesh and gel together, how much they like each other. That whole thing is going to be huge because it's going to be based on chemistry. How do they fit the whole thing with Willie Green? How does all of that mesh? Is Willie Green really ready? Will he fix the defense? We got a lot of question marks. But at the same time, the Pelicans only lost one player, man. And we still full of talent. We lost one player that was ultra talented, Lonzo Ball. And we replaced that with two ultra talented players, in my opinion. The loss of Lonzo Ball with the addition of Jonas Valanciunas and Graham makes up, if not does a lot better than the loss of Lonzo Ball. So I don't think we're in the worst position we could be in, but just the fact that we have so much money still left and we have the potential to create, as he called it, a masterpiece of a roster, because we really still, I mean, we could get an all-star level player if somebody wanted to come here with what we already have. That's how much money we still have left. So, and they're shuffling around trying to put something together, hopefully putting something together. I could see how it could be disheartening to everybody and how you get an article like this, because David Griffin definitely been tearing shit up since he got here, man. I mean, he made a series of good moves, or we can say Trajan Langdon made a series of good moves this offseason, and it just got convoluted and all mixed up with the letting go of Lonzo Ball. So people was really looking for them to get a lot more for letting him go than Sirkansky and Temple and a second round pick from the Bulls that ain't gonna be worth nothing, that we probably just gonna give away for cash anyway. Can't hear you, Big Q. You're on mute.
Or help other teams draft players to improve their squads, or sell the picks for money to pay off Van Gundy and Gentry's contracts that's left over. Whatever the case may be.
James, you're usually right about a lot of stuff, but I don't know, bro. I think Point Zion looked pretty damn good when I seen it. I wouldn't want to see it all game, though. I give you that, brother.
Devonte says still sleeping on Satoransky. Satoransky can shoot that ball.
I think Satoransky is a decent player, but it's just like he's not a name, man. People looking for a name. They're writing all these articles, talking all this stuff about us. They looking for a name. My only problem with Satoransky is we're gonna play him at the 3, we're gonna play him at the 2, or we're gonna play him at point guard.
It's still
what we gonna do with him? Like, I don't.
Well, we
Better than Josh Hart. Like, we gonna keep Josh Hart, and if he keep Josh Hart and keep him, he gonna play him. Like,
I think Hart's gone, bro.
we got a
I
lot
think
of stuff going on.
we talked about that before. When Didi Louzada got inked to that 4-year deal, that's the end of Josh Hart. No doubt. You got already, and then the Didi Louzada deal is going to be super cheap, just like the Najee Marshall deal is super cheap.
Mhm.
Josh Hart's in the win, sign and trade, something like that. But it's interesting to see how Temple, Satoransky, and these other guys fit along with the draft picks. It's an interesting mishmash of players that's going on. Very intriguing. But let's get into the rest of these articles, and then, of course, we'll have an opportunity.
Is he a good backup point guard? But I think so would Kyra Lewis Jr. And what we gonna do with him if we play Satoransky as the backup point guard? How that's gonna work?
All right, here we go. This came out today, family. Willie Hernangomez. We was talking about needing a big, and of course the Pelicans say, "Yeah, we got a big. Here go the big." Billy Hernangomez returns to the Pelicans on a 3-year deal. This is by Christian Clark from NOLA.com. Billy Hernangomez is returning to the Pelicans on a multi-year deal on Friday. The Pelicans and the 27-year-old Spanish center agreed to terms on a 3-year contract. The Pelicans have a team option on the final year of the deal, according to the source. Now, Hernangomez provided valuable minutes as a reserve last season. He averaged 8 points a game and 7 rebounds in 18 minutes per contest.
All right.
Hernangomez was brought in to be the team's third center, but over the final 2 weeks of the season, while then starter Steven Adams was sidelined, Hernangomez got to showcase his skill set and increase minutes. He started 9 of the New Orleans Pelicans' final 10 games, and in that span, he averaged 12.3 points on 57.1% shooting, 10.4 rebounds, and 2 assists a contest. Hernangomez could play.
Right.
He had 11 doubles in 47 contests, and in May, Executive VP of Basketball Operations, Doc Ock David Griffin, said he was hopeful that the Pelicans could resign him.
What?
And of course, he's in control of that, so he knew it. Now, quote, his approach to the game is fantastic because he's all about the team, said David Griffin. What stands out to me about Billy in a way that's truly unique is his approach to being alive every day is really significant.
Wait, what?
Yes, you heard me.
His approach to being
that is alive. Yes.
Oh shit! So I ain't know we had zombies in the free agency pool.
You obviously was not doing your homework. He comes into the gym with a smile on his face that's genuine every day. He lives in a sense of gratitude. That is truly unique, and he was so well above all other seasons.
How the hell do you get somebody back who the dude averaged what he averaged in them starts? And his whole article is about the man smiling and being alive and shit. Like, what's going on with David Griffin?
That's Dr. Octopus comments.
What the hell is going on with David Griffin, man?
But that's his comment.
Somebody test him for COVID or some shit, man. What's going on with him, man?
The Pelicans will have 3 centers under contract in 21 and 22. They acquired Lithuanian giant Jonas Valanciunas in a trade with the Grizzlies. Jackson Hayes, whom the Pelicans took with the 8th pick in 2019, is entering his 3rd NBA season. Last year, Hayes started the season as New Orleans' backup center, but played so poorly he was benched for most of February. Hayes eventually regained a spot in the rotation about a month later and had some nice moments down the stretch. So with that being said, Hernangomez played for Spain in the Olympics last year. Then Coach Stan Van Gundy praised him for his offensive skill. Now, of course, nimble feet, nice touch. And listen, he could pass the ball as well. Not mad at them bringing Billy Hernangomez back. He's a player, man. Let's talk about that, DC.
This is great, man. It's probably one of the smarter things we've done this offseason, especially without knowing what's going to happen with Jackson Hayes. That gives us a very good insurance policy. We locked him up for 3 years. In my opinion, he showed the ability possibly to maybe even have a little bit of a 3-point shot. So Billy Hernangomez, you know what I'm saying, is a guy I think that's still growing. And that he can still like step his game up, and I'm really intrigued to see how he looks defensively with the scheme we're gonna run now, as opposed to with Stan Van Gundy, because that was really my only knock on him, man. And he gave a lot of effort on the defensive end too. He just seemed to be a little slow-footed sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But I like him, man. I like him a lot. I think everybody who was an avid watch the Pelicans game, like Billy Hernangomez, man. Nobody's mad. that we bringing him back, and I was more shocked that we were able to lock him up for 3 years. So I think that's a really, really good move. That puts our center position pretty much on lock. Like, we good, unless you're getting somebody who's just astronomical up and coming. We really don't need anything at center. I don't know what they do with Valenciunis now that they signed Hernangomez to 3 years, and Valenciunis wants an extension too. So I don't know how that's gonna work. But apparently, King Buckets hit it on the head. We got him back because he's a great human being. And Kato did. He gave us the recipe, Q. If you didn't know, he got to be alive to be a great human being, bro.
There you go, bro. I knew Jalil was gonna drop some jewels sooner or later up in there. Big ups to the flock, man. Appreciate y'all being in the building.
We gonna be winning with great human beings. That's for sure. If we can't win with a great human being, we just gonna have to lose.
Carlton said, I haven't felt this alive in a long time. All right, fellas, let's go to the next one, man. Here we go. And of course, this is the G League article right here.
G League MVP right there.
There you go. Starting to be dripping already for
DD. That's my dog, man.
Makes that awful sound, man.
That's that 3-point he hit every game.
That is not no.
That man averaged 2.9 points, bro. That's like a 3-point every game, man.
Some kind of vermin in the trap or something.
That's what them nets sound like. All nets.
That's not no nets sound like that. DC. No, expect him to make a song for DD and Sam. How about that? All right, Pelicans announced
that'd be a championship duo right there, bro.
I bet you they would. Pelicans announced the 2021 NBA Summer League roster, man. This is from the Pelicans.com site. And the roster features 3 returning players from the Pelicans 2020-21 team. And, of course, the Pelicans today announced the roster for the MGM Resorts NBA Summer League in 2021, which will take place August the 8th to the 17th at the Thomas and Mack Center and Cox Pavilion on the campus of University of Nevada, Las Vegas. The Pelicans Summer League roster features 3 returning players from the 2020-21 team, KLJ, Didi Lozada, and Najee Marshall, and rookie Herbert Jones, the 35th overall pick in the 21 NBA draft. Pelicans head coach Willie Green will serve as the head coach of the Summer League team, which is
all right.
New Orleans will begin Summer League play on Monday, August the 9th against the Chicago Bulls, followed by games against Oklahoma City on the 11th, Cleveland on the 13th, Golden State on the 15th. The date and opponent for the Pelicans' 5th game will be determined by the results of the first 4 games. The 16th MGM Resorts NBA Summer League will feature all 30 NBA teams playing 5 games each. After every team is played 4 times or 4 games, the 2 teams with the best records, the first 4 games will meet in a championship game on Tuesday, August the 17th at 8 p.m. Central Time on ESPN. And the 28 teams that do not play in a championship game will play a 5th game on August the 16th or August the 17th. All 75 games of the 10-day competition will air live on ESPN and NBA TV. Every game will also be available to stream on the ESPN app. The Pelicans will hold training camp practices on the 7th and 8th on the campus of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Media availability during camp will be conducted. Of course, this is the Summer League roster subject to change according to the report. You see Jose Alvarado, one of the undrafted guys the Pels picked up, 6 feet, 179 from Georgia Tech. Kid could play. You got David DeLeo, of 6'8", 224-pound forward from Central Michigan. You got Malcolm Hill, a guard, 6'6", 225 from Illinois. Dalton Holmes, forward, 6'8", 215. A lot of people like that guy. Herbert Jones, of course, we know Herb. 6'8", 206 from Alabama, one of our picks. KLJ's there. We know him. Didi Lozada's there. Najee Marshall. And, of course, you see Moses Wright, 6'9", 233 from Georgia Tech as well. Really interesting player that guy is. A really good defender. He can really help out with the Pels if he can make it onto that, have a chance to make it onto the active team. And, of course, you see this guy. I ain't even going to try to pronounce this name. Let's see. Is that Pachenix? Pachenix, I guess. Yeah,
I'm the wrong person to ask, bro.
It looks like Pachenix to me. So, Azinich Pachenix, as I'm gonna say,
Oh, Lord.
229 pounds. He's a big guy, 230, and from Latvia. And he was, of course, that's the Washington come over from the Wizards squad there. So, and there goes the summer league. There go the roster right there, family, as you know. And this is the summer league rosters. Could be subject to change moving forward. So DC summer league, man. Willie Green's the coach of the squad, man, going into summer league. Very interesting to see, what he'll try to get situated, man. But usually you don't see the head coach come out there and run the summer league team. So this is an interesting call by Willie Green. I guess he really amped to get going real fast.
Well, I think we're finally going into what we wish they would have did, and they're gonna take everything serious, man. It looks like they.
DC, let me give a shout out to a few family.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Drop some chats, man. Much love to you guys. Thank you, B. Thomas, bro, for your.
Oh yeah.
All right, thank you, bro. Positive Pels coverage is refreshing. Thank you, brother.
right. I know, right?
Thank you, appreciate you. Jalil, thank you for the $20, my friend. Appreciate it. If the team buys into Willie's message and our unproven players come through in the clutch, we can be pretty good. DD,
my dog Jalil, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man.
Jalil, thank you, bro. And then of course, Carl drops it. Carl Woodlair, Jean Lewis. Hope I said that right, my friend. $10 from him. The issue isn't that you lost or didn't match Lonzo, rather the package Pels received of Sato, Temple, and second-round pick is inadequate and just sad. Zion and BI in 2 years will put the team in turmoil if it didn't work. So thank you, Carl. Yeah. Appreciate the super chat, man. Much
Thanks,
love.
Carl.
Thank you. And of course, we got one more coming in from my
dog. Man, y'all showing all love tonight, huh?
Thank you, Jay Carvel. Is in the building. Appreciate y'all giving real Pale fans an unbiased piece to come together. Place.
Right.
Thank you, Jay Carl, man.
That's
much
right,
love.
brother.
Appreciate the commentary, man. Y'all are splendid. Thank you. Appreciate you for being here. All of you guys. I'm sorry, DC. Go ahead and feel free to continue.
Man, they didn't show so much love, man. I forgot what I was talking about.
You got to break down the summer league roster.
But yeah, man, I think it's positive that we taking the summer league that serious. We're gonna. I mean, you would hope they would at least make it to one of the last teams or win it all. When you got your real head coach coaching, you got a guy in Kyra that got starter minutes towards the end of the year last year when they gave up on the season. You got a guy like Najee Marshall out there who played, was cutting up in the summer league too last year. We got one of our rookies. We're gonna have. Wait, hold up, isn't he? I guess he's not mixed in with the Memphis trade. That's right. I was thinking Herb was be tied up in Memphis trade, but at least we got one of our rookies. We don't have our 17th pick. He won't be here. But I like it, man. Didi Lozada, we got him out there, and I don't know if you guys remember, but last time he was in the summer league, he played pretty damn good. So I think we could give some teams a little run for their money, and I like the fact that they're going to try and take it serious with Willie Green out there, man. So really excited to see these games, man. And we know we got a bunch of talent. And to see these new guys, I like that point guard. I like Jose, too. He's real good in his own right. So it'll be nice to watch, man. It'll be entertaining. And we're going to play a style of basketball that's just fun to watch. So I want to check them out, bro, and see the first installation of what the Pelicans going to try to do coming up on Monday.
Yeah, and that's a major thing. And man, listen, it's never going to be such a watch time. I mean, we've been paying attention to the summer league a lot because, to be honest with you, we've been, kind of buffaloed with the direction of the team. They talking about they were going to build through the draft, and then all of a sudden, Doc Ock got scared, and decided to forego the timeline and just started. We're gonna start trying to get these old ass players in here to try to just get to the playoffs so I can save my job and try to make it look like something. But the thing is, like I said, we need to turn over the whole apple cart to keep winning, DC. We ain't need to change up everything. Just a few people you bring out and you add some people with the core that we were building here. You didn't have to turn it all upside down, but
you feel like we turned it all upside down?
It does feel like that, bro. It does.
All we really lost that we didn't want to lose was Lonzo Ball, though.
I mean, that's a part of the core. Because he was a part of him, Josh, and not you're gonna lose Josh Hart too. So I mean,
you consider Josh Hart part of the core?
I'm saying he was he off the bench. He helps, and he's a guy that had somebody gonna have to bring.
I
Josh
don't think
Hart.
we lose Josh Hart unless
Hold
we
on.
get
Let me-
something significant back.
But I'm saying, listen, the three guys that were part of the core, we know when we made the trade to get Anthony Davis here with B.I. Lonzo was supposed to be a part of the core with Zion Williamson. We knew this. Now, what changed here? They didn't want to pay the $85 million. The Pelicans sitting on money right now. It's not like they couldn't have paid him, but you know, you go in a different direction with a different player. That's all said and done. We just got to live with that. But it just feels like to a degree that they're turning it over to a degree. And we got Zion here. Now you hear talks of playing point Zion all the time. I'm not mad at the point Zion stuff. I just don't want to see it all the time. Like you run it when it's appropriate, and then let's have a standard offense where we run and execute. And then, of course, you throw that point Zion in there, mix it in there. But, you know, that's just my traditional
I see him using that point Zion thing, preferably like Golden State used their death lineup or whatever. It's really something I think they're gonna go to
I'm
to
not
close
mad at
out
that.
games.
I just don't want a
teams,
base. Yeah, I don't want to see it like a base, like we're gonna just be doing this.
No, they're gonna do it like kind of like similar. Giannis did a similar thing early on. It kind of like evolved, later. But I remember when Giannis first got started, and he was having all them crazy assist games and stuff. They was just putting the ball in his hands. So I think it's gonna be something, man. When you see teams, getting foul trouble and getting a bonus, they might just go to point Zion for a little while, bro. Put that pressure on them, get to the line, get open shots. Devonte Graham and Jonas Valanciunas is another reason why I believe that, because these are two guys that can hit wide open shots. You know what I'm saying? You got a guy at center. I wouldn't consider Jonas Valanciunas like Joel Embiid or Karl Anthony Towns or something, but if you just leave him wide open from 3-point line, you're gonna knock that shit down. You know what I'm saying? Graham is a sniper. You got Trey Murphy. Kept me saying the man name wrong. Show today. I don't know why. Trey Murphy's a sniper. If you got him out there with the point Zion lineup, you know what I'm saying? We know what BI can do. So I don't think it'll look that bad. Like, I never had a problem with it. I just think it's a bad thing to do for the whole duration of the game, because Zion ain't LeBron, and I think they just put a lot more wear and tear on him, and you're just putting way more on him. And I don't think we need to do that, because we got a lot of talented people, and everybody should be able to kind of get their thing popping.
Them people listening. I told you we on LinkedIn.
David Griffin talked too much. He's been quiet in the church.
Them people listening, man.
The Pelicans update since the draft.
The family members know ain't nobody we've been hammering the hell out of David Griffin.
He's smart, bro, because he don't need to do no damn press conference for Devonte Graham getting signed just so everybody crucify him and bury him, bro.
Well, we still got stuff to do. We still got a few moves to make, and I'm just going. I like I said, the moves that I like so far. I like Graham as a player, and we're gonna see how it goes, man. A lot of people upset because Lonzo gone. They got people that like Lonzo, people that don't like Lonzo. But regardless of how you feel about Lonzo was a part of the core originally, and then they're saying that he didn't want to go. Now he's gone now.
I'm hearing a lot of stuff not saying that behind the scenes, once he found out he can go to the Bulls, he was telling the Pels to not resign. But I ain't sure how
whatever
that is.
Right. I don't know. Whatever, man. The bottom line is we got to get this on. We got to build this team right now moving forward, and we got to do whatever we want. We got to do. You said
you passed up Sky's comment, man. I thought she had a good one for the Lonzo Ball topic.
You never thought about Pelicans' relationship with Rich Paul, the reason they didn't pay Lonzo. Yeah, I did know that Griffin and Rich Paul don't like each other, so it was a lot of not like.
You say they don't like each other?
There was some friction between.
I think Miss Benson and Rich Paul don't like each other.
I don't know about all that.
Well, you seen what happened with Anthony Davis. Come on, bro. He put Anthony Davis on the leash and was carrying the man around at Pelicans games in front of us, bro. Come on, man.
Anthony Davis allowed that. Come on, happen, man. Anthony Davis got a brain of his own. He ain't have to be a slave-minded person for LeBron and won't run out there and play with LeBron.
That is true. But you don't think Miss Griffin kind of looks at Rich Paul as an extension of LeBron? So it's also being pissed off at what Anthony Davis did, but looking at how LeBron got in his head and used Rich Paul to pull them damn strings. Like you say, David Griffin be doing the trades with Langdon. You know what I'm saying? You don't think that got nothing to do with it too?
That's a part of it. I guess you can look at it like that to a degree. You can look at it. Steven said core what? Core what? When they originally traded for him, that was supposed to be the core, man. Do your research. We
Come on,
big
Steve.
covering that, man. Come on, bro.
Steven, bro.
Stop hating on the man, bro. The man, goddamn gone now, man. You know what time it is. You know what the hell the core is.
Now we're gonna act
Come
like
on,
I guess Lonzo.
Now
was
he never
garbage.
existed. He was garbage the whole time. That's the type of shit I can't stand. The man goddamn gone. You happy he gone, but give him his goddamn credit. He was down here. He had a good season. That's the type of shit that I don't like.
Man, I seen them
Keep
top
it
10
real,
dunks,
man.
brother. I seen
Come
them
on.
Devonte Familia. I seen Sarkansky's top 10 dunks. I ain't gonna lie, some of them was decent. It was nice. Some of them I wasn't that impressed though. But
All right.
he's sneaky athletic though. He's more athletic than you think he is. But then you got to realize he's 6'7", so he ain't got to jump that high.
But listen, let me tell you something I like about Graham. Graham is not passive aggressive. Graham is confident, and Graham will knock shots down in your face. He'll take it to you. And then they saying his defense ain't hitting on nothing. That's not true. I've seen him, but he can play defense, man. He ain't no first team NBA.
His plus or minus is pretty good, man. His on and off the court. If he was just a horrible defensive player, I don't think his on off plus or minus would be what it was. Because the way I was looking at it, at least basically on how they used him last year in the season before, if they didn't have Devonte Graham, we wouldn't even heard of the Charlotte Hornets. They wouldn't have been winning a lot of games. They had a lot of games where he helped them in the clutch, do his thing. That's right, Debo the God. He had some 40 pieces he dropped. He had some 30 balls, a couple of 30 balls, probably a lot of 30 balls over the summation of 2 years. And shout out to GM Kev. I don't know if he in here tonight, but we both ran into
that old GM always looking around.
Oh yeah, man. We ran into this breakdown video of Devonte Graham. I was watching it. He actually sent it to me. Like, damn, you know what? I might as well go back and finish it because I ain't finished it. And man, the more I watched, the more impressed I am with this brother, man. I really encourage the family to go check him out, man. Don't believe what you're hearing. Go put the tape on. Go watch some games. You know what I'm saying? Go look at him. I think his field goal percentage, the more stuff I watch about him, is it was based on him taking, tough shots. He ain't had, LaMelo Ball is good. Terry Rozier is good, but he ain't got no superstar over there. You know what I'm saying? LaMelo might be a superstar as of now, but I've seen him taking a lot of shots with people in his face. And even when he attacked the paint, he had a lot of guys around him. I would love to see what he looks like with us. Well, we know this dude, all you got to do is do your job. You don't have to be super duper duper. I really think Devonte Graham is going to shock a lot of people, bro. The one part about him, I knew he was a shooter, knew he was a sniper, could hit it from the three. You hear me? And the one thing about him, I knew he was pretty good at passing, but just watching some highlights on him, man, him getting dimes and behind the back passes and throwing lobs and stuff, man, this dude could sling that rock. He could sling that rock around, man. Dude ain't no joke. So we definitely should be upset with David Griffin for what's going on in free agency because we got money and things could go a lot better. But we did not make a mistake in getting Devonte Graham. I know we're probably upset about the first round pick, but when you look at DeMar DeRozan and what the Bulls gave up to the DeMar DeRozan, you got to kind of think about it. Maybe it's got something to do with the market. They also signed Kelly Oubre Jr. to $25 2 years. What if, family? Not saying this is a thing, but what if Charlotte is that third team and they're working Kelly Oubre Jr. into the trade? They signed him basically for us to work him into the trade exemption so we could fit it under the cap the way we want. And maybe that's why we gave him a first round pick to do us that solid too. That could be something they're working on. We thinking it's marketing. We thinking it's Dragic. We thinking it's this other guy we had up there, Big Q, Buddy Hill. You know what I'm saying? The Pelicans might be pulling a fast one, just like they did with Jonas Valanciunas and Devonte Graham. We didn't see either one of these guys coming. They could be working Kelly Oubre Jr. into a trade, and we have a starting backcourt of Kelly Oubre Jr., Devonte Graham, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Zion, and Valanciunas, Kyra and NAW off the bench, with the combination of the rookie Najee Marshall and whoever else they want to play outside of Jackson Hayes.
You know what, DC, great segue, because let me throw this out to the flock, man. Let me throw this out to the flock. Y'all put in the in the comment section of the live chat, fam, who your starting five is for the Pelicans as of right now. right as of right now, people that's on the team right now, who's your starting five? And better yet, give me your starting five and your first player off the bench. So 6 people, starting five. Put it in the chat, and I'll put it up on the screen after I get done hitting some more articles. Let's segue into this next one here. Pelicans announced the coaching staff right here. Another one here, DC. As the Pelicans
Oubre is from the city.
Pelicans announced coaching staff. Jaren Collins, Mike D'Antoni joined New Orleans coaching staff. The Pelicans announced today the hiring of Jaren Collins as assistant coach and Mike D'Antoni as a coaching advisor. They joined assistant coaches Casey Hill, Fred Vincent, Teresa Weatherspoon, along with player development coaches Corey Brewer, Darnell Lazard, and Bino Udrich on head coach Willie Green's staff. And of course, this was said by Willie. This is a cohesive group of high character individuals with diverse backgrounds and skill sets. I'm confident that their coaching and playing experience at the highest professional and collegiate levels, combined with their work ethic and team focused approach, will help build the foundation we need to be successful. And of course, they talk about each one of these guys. Collins, who's the lead assistant, began his first season with the Pelicans after serving the previous 7 seasons as an assistant coach with Golden State, while on the Warriors head coach and Steve Kerr's staffs. Collins helped guide Golden State to 5 consecutive NBA Finals appearances, 2014 to 2019, 3 NBA championships, 2015, 2017, 2018. He began his coaching career as a player development coach with the Warriors during the 2014-15 season before being promoted to assistant coach, selected by Utah with the 52nd overall pick in the 2001 NBA draft. Collins posted career averages of 4 points a game with 3 rebounds in 542 regular season contests over 10 years with Utah, Phoenix, the Clippers, and Portland. Of course, we know about Mike D'Antoni as the assistant right here coming in. Joins the Pelicans after serving as an assistant coach with Brooklyn Nets last season. D'Antoni compiled a record of 672 and 527 with a 56% winning completion over 16 seasons as a head coach with Denver, Phoenix, New York, the Lakers, Houston, and he guided his team to the playoffs 10 times, including 3 Western Conference final appearances with Phoenix in 05 and 06, Houston in 2018. And D'Antoni has earned the Coach of the Year honors twice during his career, Phoenix in 05, Houston in 2018, becoming one of only 10 head coaches in NBA history to be named Coach of the Year multiple times. He has also served as an assistant coach with Denver, and he goes way back. So, a lot of information, a lot of experience with Coach D'Antoni. Of course, they talk about Casey Hill, Freddie V, Teaspoon, and the rest of the family members, the rest of the coaching staff that Willie Green has with the Pelicans. So there you go. That's your coaching staff, DC. You feeling pretty good about that coaching staff, man?
Yeah, I am, man. I think it's a perfect combination. As I spoke to them getting one of the best guys offensively, and then you get one of the best defensive minds you can get to add along with your defensive-minded coach. So I think having the D'Antoni here, bro, is a real good thing for our offense and us to be able to iron out some of those wrinkles and allow those guys to have fun, man. I think we're going to see a little bit more of some of the things he probably did with Phoenix. Or maybe D'Antoni just sits back, man. He will design the offense or help to design the offense based around what you got. You've seen him do it with Houston. You've seen him go small ball. I think his input on us having a small ball lineup while we do the point Zion thing or whatever, and maybe Zion's kind of like a quasi center or whatever, and we still got somebody that's a 4 or a 3, but that can guard centers, like a Robert Covington type, maybe Herb Jones. You know what I'm saying? We might have something real special in the making, man, and you really gotta think outside the box because we don't know exactly what they're gonna do and how they're gonna utilize this. But what we do know is we went from not having no wings to we Buffalo Wild Wings now. So you know what I'm saying, and that is a good place to be with a guy like Zion, because if you got a bunch of guys 6'7", 6'9", 6'6", 6'5", whatever, that can play defense and hit the 3 ball, bro. You got guys coming off the bench that can do that. You know what I'm saying? You're putting yourself in a good position. You surrounding somebody that can attack the rim the way that Zion has. I don't know if people realize, bro, we just watched what Giannis did in the finals. Do you guys know that Zion attacked the rim more than Giannis? Think about that. He attacks the rim more than Giannis. So if this dude get into the rim like that, you know what I'm saying, he kicking out the teammates, guys can knock down wide open threes, and you have at least 3, preferably 4 guys that can create their own offense for themselves. You're looking at a pretty damn good situation.
What's up,
You know what I'm
Swag Out?
saying? It ain't nothing to be worried about. If Zion goes down, that may be a different thing. But long as Zion is healthy, with that type of situation, man, if they just build the offense the right way, you know, and have guys that play their role, do their job, and nobody trying to outshine nobody, I think we'd be fine, man. Our problem is defense. We have an offense that could compete with anybody, even with the loss of Lonzo. As long as we got Bi and Zion,
I got you,
we
Jonas.
got an offense that can compete with anybody. So they got to figure out the defensive thing, how they gonna do that, and add some more wrinkles to the offense to be able to where they can't just harass and completely beat up Zion like they did last year. And shout out to Jay Black.
J Black.
Yeah, what's up, brother? And I think your guy you just put up there, Devonte Graham, is one of the guys that's gonna help with that, as well as Jonas Valanciunas. Man, these 2 guys who they can score. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we was missing last year. Eric Bledsoe was scared to take shots. Lonzo Ball was pulling them, but you know there was times, as much as I like Lonzo, I was like, man, like when his first 2 or 3 shots wouldn't fall, man, it's almost like he lost his confidence a little bit. You know, you're not gonna have that problem with Devonte Graham, because the one thing I liked about NAW, and I could say this, that we probably all liked, even when he had bad games, NAW was always aggressive. Always aggressive. And somebody who's aggressive, it's gonna help even when they're not making the shots. Because if a guy is aggressive like that, he's still a threat. You know what I'm saying? If don't let him hit a shot, like you gotta stick him now, man, because he might hit 2, he might hit 3, he might get hot. So I think we we kind of changed that in the starting lineup. Got the same thing with Jonas Valanciunas. I saw somebody else in the chat talking about we ain't gonna have no more passes right under the rim, only for them to go out of bounds because he can't catch. Jonas Valanciunas is gonna catch it and dunk it on your head too. Got a little nastiness to him, bro. I like it. So, man, it's the more I think about it, the more excited I get. It's just putting it all together, man, and maximizing every opportunity that we got. And that's what the summation of this free agency thing is about, because we still can add another 2 guys that can maybe change up everything I was saying, and you have to find a place to put them in a rotation because they're just better. Because we got money, and they still got some guys out there that's worth it.
All right, let's move on to this next article, DC. We got 2 of them coming your way. I know you want to talk about this one.
Yeah, just the guy, one of the guys I keep hyping up.
Yeah, you were talking about this. You won't cover this article by Tim Burke here, breaking down the Pelicans and how Valanciunas will fit with Zion Williamson.
Yeah, I'm trying to get me another cash up, though. Yeah, let's talk about it.
All right. Okay, we talked about this, and this is one that you want to go into it and break it down?
You want me to pull up?
I mean, I thought you want to do it and how you want me to do it there.
Just give me a quick second. Let me pull it up. I'll read it.
All right, you got a quick second. Time up.
Don't do that to me, brother. Dang, bro.
You ain't say
dang, bro.
Quick second.
Quick second.
There
you know what I'm saying? My internet was acting funny.
Oh, that don't surprise me, bro. What you got the wrong. I ain't gonna even say it. I ain't gonna say it. It's too easy.
I was throwing you a layup. I was trying to buy me some time.
No.
All right. The article from none other than Mr. Tim Burks of the Pelicans Debrief. How Jonas Valanciunas will fit with Zion Williamson. All right, that's okay. Let's see how this goes. Allow me to introduce a lumberjack who will be the New Orleans Pelicans' new man in the middle after the team traded away Aquaman. A double-double machine, Jonas Valanciunas is an underrated center who ticks off many boxes the Pelicans fans want from a big man in today's game, which will help unlock another level of Zion Williamson. Okay. A lot of analysis around the trade continues to ignore that Zion Williamson is not a center, and therefore the Pelicans still need someone to defend the paint. The recent arrest and upcoming punishment of Jackson Hayes only furthers the stress and the need for a reliable center on the floor every night. I don't really think it's going to be no punishment, my brother, but we'll see. The New Orleans Pelicans didn't lose anything defensively with Jonas Valanciunas. Defensively, there isn't a huge difference between Valanciunas and Steven Adams. Neither are mobile, switch onto the perimeter and defend anyone like Draymond Green or Giannis Antetokounmpo. But both have gotten on the strength and guile, not speed. Okay, reading the opponent's possession and figuring out where they should be ahead of time. Is the skill set to the age as well?
Glasses on, DC.
Well, man, sometimes they be messing up the words in the articles. You know how it is. You be good at adding the words in right. Put Valanciunas as a traditional center, and he'll be able to hold down his own. Stat-wise, two are comparable in having an average 1 block and gather nearly 8 rebounds a game while only drawing a little over 2 fouls per game over their entire careers. Okay. However, Valanciunas has been worth almost 2 more defensive win shares than Adams. That's good. Valanciunas has averaged 2 more rebounds on the defensive end than Adams has for his career, but a chunk of Adams' time was spent playing with Russell Westbrook and the latter constant hunt for triple-doubles taken away from him and his chance to grab boards. That's true. But I'll reiterate this because I think the most important part of all the moves the Pelicans have made at the center position since Zion was drafted, the organization wants someone who will take most of the punishment in the paint while hopefully dishing out a fair share of their own, so that Zion is not the one taking the beating all game. We've already seen opponents get away while walling on Zion's arms on offense. He should have put up his elbows and other shots on defense. I don't know about the man giving people elbows and stuff. That's why the front office has gone from Derek Favors and Steven Adams, now Valanciunas. Someone needs to provide a physical presence on the post other than Zion Williamson in his ball-dominant role to continue. New Orleans, Jonas Valanciunas. Hold up, bro. Why are you trying to kill me with my reading skills, man?
Say, bro, keep reading. What you doing?
He said we gotta have patience.
I have DC.
What I read slow, family.
Bro, I'm trying to get to the people, man.
Okay. You're wrong for that, damn it. Put your damn earbuds in and go work out. New Orleans Pelicans, Jonas Valanciunas will help Zion on offense. Offensively is where Valanciunas separates himself from past centers who spent time with Zion.
Come on, DC, hurry up, shit.
It was fast in my mind. Shit.
It was fast in your mind.
Oh, man, I thought I was messing up some words and stuff. I didn't know I was reading slow as hell.
I read harder when the pressure's on there.
Let me speed
Get
it
your
up.
ass and read, DC. Come on.
Man, I like to analyze the sentences when I read, man. I won't take it all in.
Man, we ain't got time for all that.
For all the talk of clogged lanes and the lack of spacing, the young superstar sure made getting to the rim look easy. Valanciunas brings with him a little bit of floor spacing that was not a part of either of the previous center's game. What do you say, dog? Say, bro, I was sparring today, bro. I got a little Mayweather stuff going. I took a nasty left to the head, bro.
Rick Ross said I read DC Reed and Rudy.
Oh, Lord, damn.
Oh, come on.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Y'all funny, though, fam.
Come on, DC. King Bucket said, come on, man.
I'm trying to read. Y'all stop cracking jokes and shit. During his time in Memphis, the big man averaged 1 3 attempt per game and made them at a 35% clip. He's not Jared Jackson Jr. from deep, but he poses a threat to the opposing defense, and you must keep that in mind. Another part of his game is that he will be much appreciated by the Pels offense is his rebounding. For a team that shot so poorly from outside the last couple of seasons, having a big man who is very good at grabbing boards can ease the pain. This is the front office second attempt at adding a plus rebounder next to Zion. The effort paid off last year as the team finished the third in rebounding per game. Valenciunis has a very soft touch around the basket and more often looks like he's floating. And more often look like he's floating the ball at the rim instead of shot putting it. His touch is on display as he collects pocket passes from his guards that Adams would frequently had a tough time doing. Griffin, come on, man, y'all making me laugh.
Jamaica style reading.
The Grizzlies gave him many chances to post up and play very early in the 2000s type game. With his back to the basket, he routinely got to his spot and took 12 footers that found the back of the net. All right. We got 2 more paragraphs, people. I'm going to let y'all go.
DC, let's forgo those paragraphs, bro. Just give me a summation, bro. What you think?
That ain't how shit go. I didn't read the article.
Bro,
everybody been laughing and teasing me.
Bro,
you give me a summation of what you picked up from the article that you weren't listening to.
Devin said DC read like he held hostage.
They got a dude back there with a gun, man. I ain't tell y'all, bro.
They want $3 million.
I wasn't reading like that.
Say, bro, could you let's forego those 2 paragraphs, bro, because we got a whole nother article I want you to cover. Plus, I want to open up the chat this century. So could you just break down
Mr. 50 Easy say I gotta start over here and hear me.
Oh, no, hell no.
Niggas is too busy in the chat cracking jokes, man.
DC, can we hurry up, dog? Could you just give us before I go to the next 2 paragraphs and break it down for us, bro, about the article? Go ahead, DC.
Basically, they saying, family, when you add Jonas Valanciunas, bro, he's going to give us everything that Steven Adams gave us. You know what I'm saying? Minus the not being able to shoot, the times we complained about him on the offensive end not scoring the ball, all the times we complained about him throwing the ball out of bounds when somebody trying to pass it to him. You know what I'm saying? That whole dynamic is going to be gone with Jonas Valanciunas. And according to the numbers, he's a little bit better of a defender, according to the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Your eyeballs, depending on who he is and who looking at it, might say different. But numbers-wise, Jonas Valanciunas give you everything Steven Adams give you. You know what I'm saying? I think I add this caveat. He's a little bit less injury-prone, in my opinion. Like, they both kind of don't always play the whole season. But I think Steven Adams get hurt a lot more often than Jonas Valanciunas. So that's something else to add. And the dude, he really got a good scoring punch, you know, in the paint, man. There's somebody you could rely on to give you a double-double. A game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I hear y'all, family. He was 3rd in PPR, man. Carlton always trolling. Carl, you come your ass in the chat tonight. He always got something to say, bro.
That's crazy.
It's a terrible summer. come do it better.
It's a terrible.
It's a terrible
summary. No, Carlton, you're funny dude.
But yeah, man, Jonas Valanciunas was 3rd in PER among centers. That's right. But the thing that surprised me, he gave you 17 and 12. You know what I'm saying, man? That ain't hard. I mean, that ain't easy to find. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a lot of centers giving you that. And my summation, I put him around, he probably the 6th best center in the league. You know what I'm saying? So having him would definitely help Zion. And y'all done tore my whole goddamn segment up. But we just gonna go ahead and proceed.
It
was funny. It was funny. I was crying, laughing at my damn self. So
okay.
You know,
are you ready for the next?
For a good joke?
Are you ready for the next one?
I can't do no more reading today, bro.
Come on, bro. This is your article. Well, just break down what it means. Let's get a summary of it.
Hold on, let me pull the article up, man.
Oh no, don't do that. Just break down what it. You read it already. Just tell me.
Let me pull the article up. God damn it!
Shit.
Put my reading glasses on and shit.
You don't have no reading glasses.
I put my contacts when we had the thing down.
You got contacts?
Sometimes. Depend on who I was in the car with. But anyway.
Damn. I know.
I ain't go to school in New Orleans. How about that?
Jefferson. How about that?
All right. Let me go ahead and redeem myself. Get the lint on my eyes. New Orleans Pelicans.
John said, please don't.
Devonte Graham is more clutch than Lonzo Ball. Yeah. I'm gonna read all the sentences like that too. Y'all say I read too slow.
Bro, come on.
Let me quit playing, man. The New Orleans Pelicans have had a roller coaster of an offseason that included trading Lonzo Ball for Devonte Graham. Lonzo ended up with the Chicago Bulls after the Pelicans were able to orchestrate a sign and trade. Devonte Graham came over in a sign and trade of his own and promptly signed a 4-year extension with the Pelicans. There are some ways that Devonte Graham is a better fit for the Pelicans than Lonzo Ball, but on paper, that doesn't look like much of an upgrade except for the fact that Graham himself makes half as Ball. Their stats are very similar, as both shoot over 37% from long range at high volume of attempts last season and mostly playing off ball. But there is one area of Graham's game that is decisively better, and it happens to be an area of a real weakness for New Orleans. The New Orleans Pelicans are terrible. They're terrible in the clutch. The New Orleans Pelicans were one of the worst teams in the clutch last season, coughing up 10 double-digit leads, which was a real difference maker at them making it into the playing tournament or not last year. The Pelicans had the 19 rated offense in clutch time, which is basically the final 2 minutes of a close game. The Pelicans struggled to close out games in the fourth quarter, particularly because they played They played way too much isolation ball, and particularly because they didn't hit their free throws at the end of the game. These are areas where Devonte Graham should be a big upgrade over Lonzo Ball, who's one of the Pels' worst clutch players, which is supported by some surprising statistics. Let's get into it. Devonte Graham is a much better shooter in the clutch than Lonzo Ball. One of the reasons the New Orleans Pelicans lost so many close games was because Lonzo Ball stunk in the clutch. I don't know if it was just him. That wasn't all his fault, right? As the Pelicans often relied on heavy isolation, heavy offense featuring Zion Williamson trying to plow through defenders. This left Lonzo Ball standing at the three-point line most of the time, which is probably not. Come on, man. Yeah, hooked on fine. Y'all gonna learn how to read with me, shit. I forgot where I was at. I can't deal with y'all these jokes.
Rick Ross said facts. Y'all want Lonzo now?
This left Lonzo Ball standing at the three-point line most of the time, which probably is not his strength as a player. But for a guy who had a reputation as a big game player entering the NBA, Lonzo Ball sure didn't play like it in close games. Lonzo shot just 37% from the field in the clutch and just 34.8% from the three-point line. The Pels had an 11-17 record when Ball was on the floor in clutch time. Compare that with Devonte Graham, who shot 45.2% from the field in clutch and an outstanding 42.9% from the three-point range, which led the Pelicans to having the Hornets Pelicans, it got twisted up, which led the Hornets to having a 14-2 record, which is why the Hornets made the play-in tournament and the Pelicans didn't. Graham had a plus or minus of 2.1 in the clutch, while Lonzo Ball's was only 0.1. So Graham was a decisively better player in close games, but this is another way he will help the New Orleans Pelicans close out the fourth quarter. New Orleans' Devonte Graham would be an upgrade at the free throw line over Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball is one of the worst free throw shooting point guards in the NBA. and it often killed the New Orleans Pelicans. I'll give him some credit for improving to 78% at the line, as Lonzo had Shaq-like percentages over his first few years in the league. But he only shot 1.2 a game, so who cares? Graham isn't a high-volume free throw shooter either, as he took 2.9 per game, but this is more than double Lonzo Ball's, so he will be an upgrade. This is even truer in the clutch, as Graham only averaged more free throws late in the game, but he knocked down 90.9% of them. Lonzo Ball free throw percentages in the clutch was only 70%. He not only didn't get to the line, but he made a below average percentage of them when he did. Devonte Graham may not be as good of a passer as Lonzo Ball or a defender, but he is not a drop-off anywhere else extensively and is much better in close games, which could lead to a couple of extra wins for the New Orleans Pelicans.
All right, wonderful, DC. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
Colin called me a wonderful. Did he call me a wonderful human?
He did do that, and he on tee with it. Now
that
DC summary.
That warms my heart.
Jamal said, "Now you're reading good, DC." Now DC summary.
I told y'all, man. I had a little episode today. I was boxing, man. My Abdullah Oblongata was a little shook up. I first started reading.
You're right, Jaleel.
Y'all was killing me with them jokes,
bro. Not a fan. He was killing them in that article.
What did he say?
Jaleel was talking about Kellen Strauss is not a Zoe fan. He's not, man. The way he was kind of getting at him with that article, but he was dropping some facts.
He brought up a lot of interesting points, and I mean, you got to give him credit. A lot of them are factual, but when we got to the free throw shooting thing, I mean, I understand that Devonte Graham shot 90% at the free throw line, which is excellent, but we're not gonna act like Lonzo Ball didn't correct his free throw woes last year. I don't remember him missing many free throws, if any, that we really needed. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing I can disagree with. Zoe's obviously a better defender, but man, watching Devonte Graham highlights and seeing him cut up in the clutch, bro, I've seen him win games, man, and just take shots that you wouldn't think he could make. It was, there's a lot of joking on Twitter I saw when we first got him. It's like we got a Dollar General Dame Lillard. But when you watch his game, he does have a lot of aspects of his game that make you think that and make you look at him, I guess, very differently from Lonzo Ball. But I think the major thing that separates them is the aggression, man, the aggression and confidence. Confidence to me is one thing Lonzo always lacked at times. And then other times he would be, really confident. It was almost like you had to make him mad and he'd be real confident, and he kind of be that player that he could be. And that's what, really have you liking Lonzo Ball if you pay attention, because you see what he's capable of. But it's a lot of times he kind of just, does what the coach tell him, or don't do anything outside the norm, or just be aggressive and make stuff happen. But when he did, more than not, it'll work out for him. So Devonte Graham don't have that. Devonte Graham is like instant offense. He going to make it happen. He hit buckets in the clutch, man, and he'll pull up from anywhere. He feel like he can make any shot. But at the same time, I think he plays with some IQ to him too. So, yeah, I heard people calling him a chucker and all of that. I ain't buying that, man. I mean, you don't chuck up shots and shoot 45% in the clutch from 2 and 42% at 3, just chucking up shots. It ain't how it worked. I think his downfall was they drafted LaMelo Ball, man. And that's that. So we're going to get to reap them benefits, because I don't know how well it would have worked if they played together. Plus, I mean, who really wants Terry Rozier on that contract that they paying him? Ain't they paying him like didn't he get like a $120 million contract or something like that, Big Q? Terry Rozier?
I'm going to have to look up his contract, but I know it's astronomical, bro.
Right. So I think he was probably a lot harder to move than Devonte Graham. And if they would have signed Devonte Graham back on that qualifier, it would have been very difficult for them to do anything else with their team. Would they really improve?
3 years, $56 million, according to Sport Track.
Ain't that bad, but you won't pay Devonte Graham $47 million, and you playing Terry Rozier $56, and then you already got Lonzo Ball. So they had to pick somebody to move on from, and I'm guessing they weren't able to have anybody calling the phone for Scary Terry. Which, would we be mad if we got him?
I wouldn't be mad.
I don't think he bad either. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to, talk down on Terry Rozier. But at the same time, man, I think it's just case of the perfect situation and us being able to get him, and then we get him for half the price. Alonzo Ball. I think a lot of people got to understand half the price Alonzo Ball, and not only that, he excels in areas where Alonzo Ball was not that good at. You know what I'm saying? Alonzo Ball, to me, pulling up threes off the dribble, like that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? He do it sometimes, but every time he do it, like, come on, Lonzo, not the step back right now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it going before you pull a step back right now, Lonzo. But if Devonte Graham would have dribble, step back three, that's his game. Like it's nothing. Like he could do 5 of them, he probably make 3. You know what I'm saying? So it's a totally different player, opposite ends of the spectrum. One guy's all super aggressive, but at the end of the day, too, we would think the playmaking would separate them. And I think Devonte Graham also looks to get his teammates involved as well. I think that's a little part of his game that slept on. And I'm glad we got him, man. I wish we could have kept Zoe, but I think this is probably one of the better moves we could make to replace Zoe. And also, we got him for 4 years, $47 million. So if Kyra starts to rise up, and let's say for whatever reason, I think it's going to work out with Devonte Graham. I think he's going to be amazing. But for whatever reason, let's say it don't work out. He has an injury history here or whatever. And Kyra is what we thought Kyra was going to be. How hard would it to get off his contract? How hard would it be? So to me, this is probably the best possible move they could have made, bearing the circumstances after trying to throw $100 million at Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? They tried to supposedly throw $90 million at Kyle Lowry, as you see signed with the Heat for $85 million. So this is probably the best move we can make, man. I wish we could have got more in the package for Lonzo Ball, but I'm definitely happy we got Devonte Graham, and I think this is going to show with us not blowing so many leads late in game and being able to close out games too.
Yeah, Graham is definitely that, man. I like the kid's game, to be honest with you, man. He's very confident in attacking the paint. 84% free throw shooter as well, and I think he thrives with the room that with the double teaming of BI and what Zion going to do. He will have a lot of open opportunities. Just interesting to see what else David Griffin has on staff. Would have up his sleeve. Of course, the show's called Pels still have moves to make, and we know David Griffin is a guy that's going to keep trying to make some moves. The rumors are Buddy Hield. The rumors are Laurie Marketing. The rumors are several other players. Do the Pelicans get them? We didn't get the guys in free agency. Now we're doing the sign and trade things to try to make some stuff happen. Still feel like we got something left to do. But if they could make a splash move, like perhaps you got Devonte Graham, how the family feel about having him paired in the backcourt with a Buddy Hield? And you talk about, Graham and Hield. My goodness, how about that? That'll be crazy. And then
I don't know who's gonna play defense, but that would be wild on the offense.
Well, that'll be up to Willie. Actually, it'll be up to Coach Collins to figure out getting the defense out these guys. But my goodness, you talking about 3 points aplenty. That most certainly wouldn't be an issue. All right, let's keep it moving, fam. I appreciate everybody in here. Much love to the entire freaking flock in the building. I must salute every last one of you, and I thank you for being here. Much love to you guys. Please feel free to hit upon the like button. It's well over 100 of us in here. Please hit the like button as well. And just also to let you know, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell as well. And feel free to share the show links on your social media feed. It helps us out a lot. Now, family, another thing is, if you want to join tonight's live stream, we'll be going up until about 11:30 tonight is our cutoff time. We can't do it all night tonight, but the link is in the chat at the top of the chat pinned. If you want to pop up on the panel, on the flock panel, please hit the hell out of that link and join. Now we will love to hear from you guys, your thoughts on some of these moves. All right, we got brother James chiming in. I call him Professor James, but we already got a professor. So I'm and not to take it away from him, but I'm gonna call him VP James.
Oh, VP. Boy, wait, hold up. That boy got
you got GM Kev, you got the professor. We already got a professor. We got GM Kev, we got VP James. I'm anointing Sir James. I'm calling him VP James.
James ain't got a raise.
You got VP James is in the building, so we're gonna bring in brother James.
He earned a new title.
VP James is in the building.
Newly promoted.
Brother James, how you doing, bro?
VP.
How y'all?
Pelicans post game report.
How y'all good human beings doing today?
We're doing quite well there, VP James.
I'm feeling rather human.
hey, it's quite human today.
You already got the talk down, boy. You already got the VP speech down already. Big ups to you, brother James. Thank you for joining us, and big ups to the rest of the panel popping in as well. We got State of the Pelicans, brother DJ in the building. Salute to you, my friend. And brother Jay Black is in the car. He got a pen. He got a paper. He's ready.
Coming with the
notes
to
drop some science today. The lights are on, and Jay Black is in the building today. What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
All right. Jay Black in the building. And we're going to bring in another fat brother, Jalil. What's up, brother Jalil? Welcome to the chat as well. Rick's Raw is joining the chat as well. Big ups to Rick's Raw as well in this current installment of the thing. So we're going to start off with VP James. Then we'll work our way around to DJ, Jay Black, brother Jalil, and Rick's Raw. Brother James, VP James, the floor is yours, my friend.
How y'all doing today? Appreciate it, man.
How you doing?
Good.
Can't complain. Alive.
There you go.
As far as like what's been going on, I'm pretty sure everybody has been underwhelmed this week. So far as like the news happened, but at the same time, like I think people probably got hyped up with us chasing a lot of big names, and then the reality hit where it's like, oh shit, we still the Pelicans, and then and then you realize like, oh, people actually want to go other places. So I wasn't necessarily disappointed that we didn't get Kyle Lowry or CP3. I kind of figured they weren't coming this way. The one that kind of disappointed me the most really was the Tim Hardaway Jr. because out of all of them, he's the only one that turned down more money.
Bro, like, $90 million for 75 to stay in Dallas. That was terrible.
That was disrespectful. Like that's what. So that was the one where I'm like, ugh. But then I'm thinking maybe JJ was in his ear or something like that while he was in Dallas. He probably talking all kinds of shit while he was while they was on the team together.
Good point.
But ultimately, I think for one, this just shows that hey. And I hope this is just proof to David Griffin and Trajan and whoever else that making decisions. Like, bruh, it's the trade market. Like, you can get a guy like a Graham to come here, but you're not gonna get no big fish. It's not gonna happen. Like, you got to go and trade and get those good pieces from other teams that they're trying to sell. Like, you look at the Sacramento and how they've been trying to get rid of Buddy Hield because he almost went to Los Angeles until the Wizards jumped in and gave them Russell Westbrook, and then you got other teams trying to sell some players, or like the Jazz here there. So you got to take advantage of that, and also you got to get guys that's probably locked in for 2 to 3 years, because the one thing that you don't want to do is to end up in a situation where come next year. They decide to leave. Like, that's why I'm not too high on Colin Sexton coming here, because guess what? He may be here and all of a sudden we got another Lonzo situation on our hand. So, even though he's a good player, I have no doubt that Sex will play good here, but he may like, you know what? I'm finna dip, finna get up out of here. So that's pretty much my thought process in that. Like, it's not over with yet, because that was the case. They would already made all the trades official today. So I think they're really trying to do something. It just because we so used to David Griffin ass talking that he finally quiet, and now everybody like, wait, what the hell? what he doing? What we doing? And we ain't heard nothing come out of there. So it's hopefully they do make a good move to where we get better. Because currently constructed, I don't think this team is that much better than last year's. Honestly, like I think. If you say last year was a -2, we got the 0. We got the even. Like, that's pretty much what it is. We got even. We don't have a negative player on our starting five that's gonna hurt us. That's pretty much what it is.
To
DJ.
piggyback off of James, I'm gonna go even more deeper. My player was to watch the shit, a power forward because James Johnson went to Brooklyn. Can't even think of his name right. Can't think of his name right.
Who he play for?
Oh, Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But when Rudy Gay signed what he signed at, I'm like, well, that's it for my boy, because we still need a backup for Zion. Not unless you're gonna use Herbert Jones as a backup. I mean, I doubt it, but I don't know. That's the play I was watching. And then another thing was DeMar DeRozan, but when he went to Chicago, I'm like, okay, well, that's another one gone.
All right, thank you, DJ. Jay Black, you up next, my friend. What thoughts on what the Pelicans have done thus far, my friend?
Oh my God. God damn.
He trying to collect his thoughts.
Yeah, I got to collect my thoughts. So first and foremost, we traded. I can't remember. My echo or something. We traded Lonzo for Tom Ramsey and Gary Temple. I thought we was trading for shooters. Are they considered shooters or not? Because when I look at their stats, Thomas Satoransky is a 35% last year. That's 1 percentage point over league average. League average is 34%. Gary Temple is 33%. That's both lower than Lonzo Ball, because he's 37% on a lot more field goal attempts. Josh Hart is 32%. 32%, but average more points than both of them combined and get more rebounds than both of them combined. Wow. It's just so much going on here. Then you want to keep the Lonzo Ball trade for Thomas Satoransky and Gary Temple. That was the trade it was for. It wasn't for Devonte Graham. But since everybody wants to say Devonte Graham, I started looking at it. They said Devonte Graham is a better shooter. Based off the stats, he's not. They both around 37%. 3-point shooters last year, both of them are. They both played 55 games equally. So they both, they don't play all 62 or all 70. I think it was 72 last year. Then they said he's a better finisher. I was looking at that. I was like, oh, he's a better finisher. He don't shoot. He shoots 12.2 attempts. He makes 4.6. That's a 38% clip. Lonzo shoots 12.7. And he makes 5.3. That means he's a 41%. So he's a better field goal percentage. Better than him as well. I was like, wait. You can't be saying he's a better 2-point shooter. He's a better mid-range shooter. He's a better 3-point shooter. He's a better defender. He's a better point guard for this team. I was looking at, and I was hearing the stats that the other guy was in that article. Oh, man. Then I heard y'all say he was aggressive. He's not aggressive. If he's aggressive, Lonzo is aggressive. Then I heard that Devonte Graham is a sniper. That's the word. He's a sniper. Then Lonzo Ball should be a sniper, not inconsistent. You can't say he's inconsistent and then use the same language the narratives is killing me here. It's killing me with the narrative saying that Lonzo is inconsistent, but Devonte Graham is a sniper. That don't make any sense to me. Then you said you was going to go and get shooters. These are not shooters. Neither one of them even shot over 3 threes last year. They're not shooters. Or their history not. But the only way it's going to change all this is because of the coaching. The coaching is the A+. I love the coaching. Matter of fact, this is the last day I was going to talk about Lonzo. Because Lonzo's gone. It's over for him. So we can start talking about new people nowadays. And when you said Valenciunis was top 10, you said number 6. I started writing down the people that was in the top 10. I got Joker, Embiid, Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, Vucevic, Bam Adebayo, and Clinton Capella over him, and Christian Wood over Valanciunas, and probably Ayton. Nah, but he could be, but he's our best center that we had since Christian Wood. Christian Wood would have been our best center, but I ain't gonna go on in the Terry Rozier thing. Terry Rozier is a better point guard than Devonte Graham. Like, he only had 8 single-point games in a season. Like, Terry Rozier is like light years ahead of Devonte Graham. And Devonte Graham is an okay point guard, like Lonzo. He's a okay point guard, but I think Terry Rozier would have been a real upgrade over Devonte Graham. That's all I got to say right now. Like, but that's what I had to go to. I had to go to the stats on that, and the stats, usually don't lie.
Can I respond real quick, Big Q? Oh, you muted. I can't hear you.
Yeah, he around here. He muted me too because he was muted.
Yeah, I couldn't. I apologize to the panel, man. I had to mute him because we was getting feedback on.
That wasn't on me.
On brother. I mean, I didn't know who it was, so I just muted everybody.
You muted everybody?
Yeah, yes, that's what I did that, so we can hear him.
Go ahead, James. I wanted to reply to, but go ahead, James.
Okay. The only thing two things I would disagree with is that even though, percentage-wise, as far as the three-point shooting, they're about the same as far as that. The difference is the type of shots they took, right? So, and also it's a reputation thing too. If you watched the Pelicans play and you watch how they guard Devonte Graham, it's completely different. Like, they would rather take, even with Lonzo shooting 37%, they still sagged off him and let him shoot that three, because you'll notice it'll be some game like, and DC kind of said it earlier. If he missed his first 2, we know what type of day it is. If he hit his first 1 or first 2, we know what type of day it is. With Graham, it don't matter. He is going to kill you no matter what. And the other thing is too is that
that's a lie, though. But keep going.
What I'm about to say, another thing
keep going.
Graham can make more contested threes than we saw Lonzo do. Like, that's just what it is. Like, if Lonzo is contested, then the chances of it going in is not as high, even though he has hit a couple. With Devonte, it don't matter where he is on the court, he gonna pull it in your face and he gonna hit it. Like, there's a good shot that he'll hit. Now, I agree with you as far as the attacking the rim stuff. That was the thing that I killed people with, where they were saying, well, all year they've been saying they need a point guard to attack the rim, and then they got him to do so. And I'm like, he don't attack the rim. He's worse than Lonzo and everything like that. But they also said that he is better in the pick and roll, not because he attacked the rim, but because you're not going to go under the screen on Devonte Graham. Lonzo, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go around the screen and then force you to take that shot, even if it hits you. Graham, you're not doing that. Like, you're going to have to fight through that screen, because if you get any light with Graham, he's gonna kill you with it. The only other one that like I said, I disagree with is the whole Valenciunis thing. Is that like I wouldn't necessarily say Woods is definitively better than him. Like I would say they probably close in the same ballpark. But yeah, ultimately, it's you grasping at straws at that point. Like he's top 10. Like he may maybe not be top 6, but he's still the best one that we've had.
No. Oh yeah. No, wait. That's more of a shot at David Griffin because we didn't have to go at the Valanciunas if we kept Christian Wood. We wouldn't have to do all these things, get all these other trades. We would have had a solidified center.
I agree with that, J. Blood.
I think the whole, to be honest with you, personally, I think the whole David Wood thing, Christian Wood thing to me is a little overblown in a sense. Like he was good that year, but I'm not necessarily mad because it looked like at one point people were talking about like the Rockets may try to get up off him. Like that was the conversation. Like they would go take Evan Mobley. Like they would go try to get up. Wait, did they take Evan Mobley? Who did they take? Jalen Green. I'm sorry, they took Jalen Green. But anyway, that was conversation. They go get up off of Christian Wood. So like I'm not too mad at that. I understand where everybody come from because Christian Wood can stretch the floor and all that stuff. But I'm not that big on putting that much money into a big, especially when you got Zion and BI. Like how much they paying Christian Wood?
He making like $50 million, man. That ain't nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's nothing big.
The same money we playing Valanciunas.
Yeah, 14 a year.
Probably somewhere around 56.
I don't know about that low.
Well,
according to Sport Track, Christian Wood's contract is 3 years at $41 million. Basically, 13-14 million a year.
Okay, so about the same. All right.
He making less than Valanciunas.
Yeah.
Less than Valanciunas. Wow.
Christian Wood, Hernangomez, Jackson Hayes. You can't tell me you're gonna hate that.
No, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm just like I'm not as like how some people are, oh my God, we should have had Chris. I'm just like okay, maybe it would have been better, but I'm not killing it. Like it would have been better than Steven Adams, yeah. But I'm happy with Valanciunas. I don't think it would have been that much.
We wouldn't have had Derek Favors. We would have had Favors. We would have had so many different people. We wouldn't have had Steven Adams. We wouldn't have had these issues that we had with the center. And Zion would actually be even better than he is now. And he's a hell of a player right now. We only missing we was missing a stretch big. I think Valanciunas is going to be a little bit better, but Christian Wood is better than him at the 3-point line.
I get the stretch big stuff, but I think like I always keep saying, the other positions on the court killed us as much. Like with Eric Bledsoe and the shoot. Like if you sit there, like you said, we would go get shooters. I totally agree with far. Like we haven't got those shooters that they said we were gonna get. If we get a Buddy Hield, and then you have a shooter like Devonte Graham on the same court with BI and Zion, like at that point, I don't give a damn. But I'm just saying, Adams could have been on the court. It don't matter. They're gonna kill you. Like that's my point, because you have so much shooting on the court, and Zion didn't have an issue with the spacing for the most part as BI did. But yes, you're right. With the spacing, he should have a lot more easier chance to get to the basket than he did. But with all those players around that you can't leave, like, and even if you do leave, because let's be real, Zion is so efficient at attacking at the rim, they're gonna still double him no matter who you have on the court. The thing is that to make sure that you have guys that when they're open or when he gives them the ball, the chances of the ball going in is a lot higher than what we've had over the last couple of years.
All right, fam. Let me get some of the rest of the family members involved. Y'all making some great points. Jalil, you next, my brother. You can feel free to chime in. Then, brother Rick's Raw. I want to hear from you too, my friend.
I actually want. Never mind.
Oh, you got something to say, DC? You ain't saying nothing.
I mean, he was attacking the article that I read. I want, but the article that I read, the one that I read good, the one I read good.
The second one?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Well, nah, I ain't gonna hold up the family though, man. James did a good enough job. I'll let it slide.
Yeah. What's good,
What's up,
fam? How y'all
what's up,
doing?
Jalil? How you doing,
I'm
bro?
What's going on?
I agree with Jay Black, and I agree a lot with James too. But I think what we're not talking about is the fit. And I think I'm getting feedback from somebody. I'm not sure who.
Hold on, fam. Let me just mute a few. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I just think, you know what I'm saying, we're not talking about the fit here. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Lonzo is good in a sense, you know what I'm saying, just not here. Because when he set up the half court offense, we were trash, you know what I'm saying? Because he wouldn't look to be aggressive. Devonte Graham is going to be aggressive, you know what I'm saying? So he may not be the better finisher, but he's going to give you the threat, you know what I'm saying? And we can space up and open up the floor with his driving instead of it just being Zion or ISO BI, you know what I'm saying? And plus with valenciunis there, if Zion does drive, he's getting double. He can easily drop it off to JB and not Adams, who just gonna pass the ball because, you know, he got break hands. You know what I'm saying? We got JB down low who can also help out, clean up the paint, you know what I'm saying? Hit a mid range, or if he even get out there, hit the three. And I think more or less when it comes to the whole Lonzo Ball situation, this whole trade situation, I didn't like the trade. But we got to look at the options. What was out there for Lonzo Ball? Because from what I've read and seen, the league was not looking at him as like this, you know what I'm saying, superstar or the star type of potential guy. You know what I'm saying? It was only really the Bulls and maybe one or two other teams that want Alonzo Ball, but we got to look at the trade packages that we could have got for him. I agree we could have got more from the Bulls, you know what I'm saying? But until we know what trade packages is out there, we really shouldn't judge too well. Yes, we can. But, you know, we just got to see exactly what was out there for Zoe, you know what I'm saying? One rumor I heard was Cam Reddish in like 2 seconds and DC. I know how you love some Cam Reddish, but still unproven. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't really want to take a flyer on him. So, you know, Center Ransky, you know what I'm saying? He's decent. You know what I'm saying? He could be all right. I don't know what the hell they were doing with Garrett Temple, signing him to 3 years. I don't know what that was about in 2 seconds. It's like, it's underwhelming, but
We did it,
you know,
for the
what?
culture.
Yeah, because he
Forget all that. But one thing I think we need to address, you know what I'm saying? I think we need to get more defensive front court help. Well, backcourt essentially, but front court to really help out with that. You know what I'm saying? I think a player like Jared Vanderbilt, who's a restricted free agent for the Minnesota Timberwolves right now, would be a solid backup for Zion. Very defensive oriented, you know what I'm saying? High motor, doesn't have a good offensive game, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Who do we have to really back up Zion right now? You know what I'm saying? Man, get out of here with that crap, man. He's still unproven. We don't know what he's gonna give us.
Well, who?
You know what I'm saying? Wenyen Gabriel.
Murphy.
He more
Nah, Trey Murphy gonna play the 3, man. He can play the 4, but I think that's gonna be a disaster waiting to happen. We put him at the 4, like backup 4.
Why would it be a disaster?
He could play the 2 as well, bro.
He can play multiple positions.
He can, but he a little small to play the 4. I think I'd rather. I'm saying
he's 6'9".
He's talking about girth wise.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying like he light.
Girthy. He light.
He like 6'9", 210. Like
that's not. He talking. He want a little weight on him. DC. That's
like
not.
This the new era, bro. You got people playing with stretch 4s, bro. That ain't got no weight. Like power forward ain't what we remember it being. Like power forwards now can shoot threes. They can dribble. Like it's really turning into 2 forwards and 2 guards and a center for some teams. You know what I'm saying? So I think Murphy will be fine. Now certain matchups, obviously, you wouldn't be able to play him.
I hear you on that, but you get your lunch 8 when you met like a dude with John when Randall comes to town.
Well, I just say certain matchups. Yeah, when Randall come to town, you're not gonna play him at 4.
Put Wenyen Gabriel on Randall. How that look? You see what I'm saying? You think it's Zach? See, look, Zach Randolph type shit. That's the thing of the past. Listen, man. Listen, look, you need a guy like that on your squad. Go ahead, brother James.
I was just gonna say someone that they could trade for. To me, if they don't go after the Vanderbilt dude, is Larry Nance Jr. Like to back him, he's not expensive. I think he's making like $12 million a year. And
that's a smart move. That's a smart call.
And after you back him up, he athletic, so the game won't be too. And he can shoot the three. Like he's very good defensively. So I think that ultimately he would be, to me, the perfect matchup. Like everybody talk about Laurie Marketing, and like I would love the 6'11" thing, but he just don't stay healthy. But as far as like Larry Nance, he is good on defense, so you can still have that defensive presence. If you ever want to match him with Zion, you could do so with that as well. And he's athletic, he can run. He's long, and he got good wingspan, and like I said, he's decent enough at the 3-point line where he can still play that stretch 4 that everybody keep talking about. Like you can still have that. So
you probably play him at the 5 too, bro. You remind me of like a better version of Bobby Portis, probably.
I agree with that.
So I got a question. Would y'all go after Eric Gordon?
Hell no.
What? Come on, DJ. You serious? You
I
don't remember what
don't
happened
mind.
last time he was here?
Aaron?
No, not Eric Gordon. Aaron.
They ain't trading him.
No, he ain't going nowhere. He
Yeah,
ain't
they ain't trading him.
I thought that boy said Eric going. I was like,
like
what?
he bugging. DJ almost got sent to the gulag.
Rick, let's get Rick's Raw in here. Rick's Raw, you on here, my brother? Are you still here?
Yeah.
All right, but feel free to chime in, my brother, on how you feel about the Pelicans moves and how you feel about it.
I agree with the guy that just spoken, Jalil. I agree with everything he said.
Okay.
About the Bulls trade. People don't understand that was the best offer that we could have got from the Bulls. Like who we could have got? Young. He's kind of like he can't really shoot. I don't think they like Kobe White. I don't think David Griffin like Kobe White.
Patrick Willis.
They weren't gonna give him.
Give up Patrick Williams for long.
Yeah, right.
They drafted him.
That was a fifth. That was their fifth round pick.
Yeah, they not doing that.
Come on, J Black, bro.
They weren't gonna get rid of him.
Right. So that probably was the best offer that we would have got. I mean, I wasn't happy with the offer either. I wanted number 24. I wanted him, but just like you say, he always get hurt. So it's like, and him. But back to the ground. People don't understand that Charlotte had nobody like Zion on their team. Brad Ingram. This guy was playing damn near by himself. So now he about to play with Zion and BI. Like he ain't gonna have no pressure on him. The pressure is gonna be on Zion and Brandon Ingram.
The year before he didn't have LaMelo.
No.
The year before.
Right.
The year before he didn't have LaMelo. He was able to shoot more and score more. Terry Rozier averaged 20 points last year. LaMelo was the number one dude. Terry Rozier was the backup and the second best. And Devonte Graham was the third wheel. He wasn't producing. He wasn't producing like he should. And go back to what you said. That was the only deal we could have got from Chicago Bulls. From what I know is that the Bulls didn't have 21 mil to get Lonzo Ball. We had to sign him to trade them to him. He didn't have 21 mil.
Right.
We had 21 mil. They did not have.
But I think the one thing too that you have to realize is that the discussion was towards the end. Like even though Lonzo had been talking that he wanted to stay, it looked like it had got to a point that maybe he had changed his mind on wanting to stay. He felt that Chicago was the best spot. The other thing is that so you know he don't.
Wait. Before you go, where is that evidence? Did you see an article? Did you see him
There was everybody ain't gonna say what they really feel, but
think about the move though, Jay Black. You said it yourself. We had to give up cap space in order to be signed. We're like, why wouldn't we just bring him back and then try and trade him next year after you have a year, with Willie Green and you got D'Antoni they was gonna hire? Well, I think the simple answer to me is Lonzo Ball probably gave him the nod and told him he really wanted to go to Chicago. Okay, so he, but I'm just saying he not tight with Zach LaVine. I seen Lonzo Ball. I seen Lonzo Ball. Like if you want to look into small stuff and all his workout videos, and every time Lonzo Ball had a chance to show himself, he was always in black and red before he went to the Bulls. Now I know that's pulling at straws. I don't have the definite answer, but at the same time, all I'm presenting to you, Jay Black, is just the idea that could that be possible. We don't know right now, but that may come out in the future.
Possible. I need to see. I don't go over.
The evidence it take a little while for evidence sometimes like that to come out.
I'm waiting to see it though.
Here's another
it might take 6 months to a year for you hear that.
Here's another thing. Here's another thing too that you also have to realize about Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball really don't talk.
Get him, VP.
Like Lonzo Ball really don't talk much. He don't really say a lot other than, like you said, when they ask him the question like, "Hey, would you like to return?" Yeah, like two of his best friends, or not best friend, but two of the guys that he been with for the longest are on this team. Yes, I would like to turn back. I have a good relationship with Zion and all that stuff. Yes, you probably at the time felt that I wanted to return. But I will say this, something shows where if there's a team that's out there that really been talking about wanting you for the long time, because remember, the Bulls been trying to get Lonzo Ball since earlier in the year. So they always been showing an attention or interest in Lonzo Ball. Then you have the Pelicans, even though players have said we want him back, the organization did not really show him the love that they really wanted him back as bad as the Bulls wanted him to get there. So if there's a situation like, you know what? I don't really know if David Griffin really want me back. I don't really know if the organization really want me back. I said, and I know for a fact that they really don't want to pay me over $20 million. Chicago going to pay me $21 million. So guess what? I'm finna go to Chicago. I'm finna go with my boy Zach LaVine, and we finna do what it do there. I'm finna get paid.
They didn't have $21 million.
But I understand it, but it's a lot. But here's another thing. I understand it, but guess what? It's a lot of teams that made moves during the free agency that did not have the money and still got it done. That's the thing. Like, guess what?
How did they get it done? They got to get it traded with us.
Exactly. But my point is that just because, you're right. They didn't have the $20 million, but they didn't have $20 million. But guess what? That is what it is. I mean, that's not out of the norm. Like, I get what you're saying, that we could have bent them over the barrel and sit there and got more from them, or to sit there for it to say like, "Hey, we just gonna re-sign him." No, but like, I don't think it's good.
You want to understand what I'm trying to say to you. They should have at least allowed them to actually put an offer on the table so we can match.
Chicago did put an offer on the table. That's how you got the money.
No.
That's how you got the money. What you mean? That's how you get. That's how you got the $21 million. You got to put an offer on it.
That ain't. What you talking about? The $21 million that we freed up, or
like what
we freed up for them?
He said they should. No, he said that they should have. We should have waited till they put an offer on that so we can match them. Like, that's what they did.
Okay.
We put a qualifying offer out there, which you have to do because he's a restricted free agent, and then the other team who's trying to bid for his services have to put in an offer to him, and then he agreed to it, and then we choose whether or not we match. All that happened within a second, where he got the offer, and then they said we ain't gonna match, so we're gonna sign and trade you. That's how quick it happened. That's what it was.
It was quick though.
Like 30 seconds.
It had to be already talked about, man.
Yeah, it was already talked about.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think it was something that Lonzo agreed with. And somebody got an echo, man. Who that is?
I don't know.
But I think that was something that Lonzo agreed with, man. And he didn't want to be here. Whatever the reason is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, or when he changed his mind and all of that. But $85 million. Pelicans ain't want to pay that, so we could sign him back and force him to be here, which is that never turns out good. Guys start faking injuries and all type of crap. his daddy came out and was saying he was unhappy here and been unhappy here. There was stuff saying he never really wanted to be here. So I heard a lot. I heard a lot of these. I heard a lot of this stuff while he was here, and he was still on the team. And you just kind of overlook it.
Yeah, but that's Rich Paul punk ass doing that, man.
All of that.
A lot of that.
Lonzo not giving him the green light.
Bro, listen, bro. That's like he puppeteered Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis basically just shut up and let him pump that. Remember, there was a package.
Well, all the articles being mad about Lonzo being mad about us not re-signing him.
Let me finish this, because remember what happened with Anthony Davis leaving out of here. The Pelicans had a fire package that we would have gotten Jason. Remember the Tatum, the trade that would have sent him there? We would have gotten Tatum. The Celtics were really interested in trading Tatum for Davis.
Mm-hmm.
We would have had Tatum on this squad. What squelched the deal was Paul. He came out and told him, you could trade him to Boston, but he ain't gonna stay. Remember that?
I thought that was Anthony Davis daddy that said that. Well, I know Rich Paul said it too, but I thought
AD daddy said it too.
But Paul's is, I know that's his father, but Paul's his agent. He don't want to. And then of course he prefers to have his squad, his guys in big markets, so he can max out a bit. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these stories that were coming from out of Clutch, they got their own little media apparatus with a site where they pump out news articles and stuff. They leak stuff all the time. So a lot of that stuff that was coming from him talking about going somewhere, a lot of that was coming from Rich Paul, man. And that's not really something that's new, because he always does that. With dealing with the Pelicans, he did it with Anthony Davis. So, I mean, like I said, man, not all of it, but a lot of it was coming from Paul, because he wanted him to top out. Nobody offered him more than that, $85 million. And the Pelicans said that they were going to, if it's over $80 million, the Pelicans were more than likely not going to, they're not going to match that. So they didn't. So it was $85 million.
I agree.
So, I mean, the bottom line, I know we're a little bit sore about it, because I wanted to see them grow together, all three of them. But that's not going to happen. That freaking guy's gone now,
You remember when Zion was asking, said he was asking Lonzo to stay, and he know you got to make money and do what's best for your family. He a grown man. Yeah. Remember that?
I do.
It put a different perspective on it now. Lonzo might have been saying wanted to leave, like. Maybe we just hold. Wait.
Yeah, you're right, Brandon. We stay. If we could, stay away from Rich Paul, because Rich Paul is a piece of garbage, man. He really is.
He is.
He's a piece of trash, man. I mean, listen, not every player or generational talent is going to go to the big market. That's what the national press want. They want all the stars clumped together in the major markets.
That's true.
Talk about the New Yorks and the Lake and the Los Angeles and all the big market, the Chi-Towns and all them. They don't. The Milwaukee thing with Jonas is a rarity, man. You see the Spurs and all these are rarities. Most of the time you see Lakers and some of these guys up in there, because that's what they want. But they don't want the Pelicans to have no stars, man. They was running Zion out after his first year. They was trying to say Zion is out of. Come on, keep it real,
bro. Not the first year. As soon as the Pelicans won the draft,
as soon as he got drafted, he need to go back to Duke.
Before
they said the man need to go back to school because we drafted him.
Before he got drafted, even when the lottery hit and it was shown that the Pelicans go be able to draft Zion Williamson, I'll never forget this. As soon as the news happened, like what happened? You had Jay Will out there saying, like, he obviously did not look like he was happy. He wanted to go to New York. Rachel Nichols sitting there saying he looked like he got hit by a bus and all yada yada. But here's the crazy thing. But when they showed the video, a live video of his reaction when they found out, he was laughing. Like he was laughing with RJ Barrett. That's it. Like, so I'm like, where was this so defeated that they were talking about? So they've been doing that from the jump.
Yeah.
Well, we the most hated out here, man. But the thing that I remember with the Lonzo Ball thing, looking back on it, and I always talked about the Van Gundy thing about how that helping his skill set. And I truly hope we see that in Chicago. But helping him by putting him at shooting guard. What if, as soon as Lonzo Ball was put at shooting guard, bro, he just blanked out on the Pelicans like, I won't be out of here. Because that's what his daddy was saying.
Come on. He could have faked the injury, just like you said. He could have faked the injury,
but he had the best season of his career. He had to get his bag, bro. This is the contract year. But you're not gonna fake an injury. You're not gonna fake an injury unless you got the bag already. But
Black.
Hold up. I'm about to say this, and we gonna move on. I ain't saying nothing else. I ain't gonna say nothing else about Lonzo Ball. But after that happened, his daddy was coming out talking about how he was miserable here, and he been miserable here. You know what I'm saying? We could have been reading this wrong. Then after that happened with his daddy, he went and signed Rich Paul as an agent, knowing the history we got with Rich Paul. We overlooked that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff was happening, but you can see it easily building up to this.
So you don't try to get the most. He signed with Rich Paul to get the most money. Obviously.
That is the simple answer, but Rich Paul just robbed us of AD.
Why would you sign with Rich Paul after he done laid up there and got you sent out of LA? Why would you sign with Rich Paul after he's got you sent from LA? Keep it 1,000. Keep it a strip.
He's gonna get you the most money.
Okay. He's gonna get you paid. Check it out. He's gonna get you paid.
He wasn't worth $21 million.
Okay, so in reality, what was the real value that we could get back from him if he's not really worth $21 million?
What's the real value we could got from him?
Are you talking about early in the season when we could have traded him for the few deals they had on the table, which was marketing?
I never wanted marketing.
Gary Harris
and Gary Harris and who else was it? Cam.
I heard Bo possibly.
They said the deal Chicago had offered, which is vague as hell because you don't know what the fuck they actually offered. But I
heard Saransky at the trade deadline too. I ain't hear no marketing.
No. I heard Saransky, but my understanding was that instead of a second, there would have been a first instead of a second this time because I think wasn't that before the Vooch trade?
They were supposed to send it to Charlotte for the first.
So
before the Vucevic trade,
it was before the Vucevic trade. So they would sit there and talk about that. So that we probably would have gotten the first at that point. So yeah, the deal would have been better because we would have had look at what because the Magic ended up keeping that pick and was able to be I think that was the 8th pick they ended up being. But ultimately, not the 8th pick, but ultimately, yeah. Now that because you waited, and I don't blame the Pelicans for waiting ultimately because you still wanted to see what this team was going to do. And they was getting it together at one point. And then everybody started getting hurt. And now at this point, everything changes. And so it's like, okay, we're going into this year. And Lonzo Ball kind of ended on a down note like he did the year before with the bubble. So now it's like, I was like, okay, there's 2 years in a row where, he ended on a down year. We feel that we probably end up getting better. Is he worth? He probably will get $21 million, which is a lot higher than what we willing to pay. So like I said, everything makes sense of why he's no longer here. I agree that the trade package that we received was not what we could have got, or because especially when you look at the fact that we gave Charlotte a first for Graham.
Probably not yet.
That's the reason why it looks so terrible because we gave Charlotte a first for Graham when all we got was a second for Lonzo. Now
and the Eric Bledsoe, we had to give a first for Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams to go. Both of them number 1 picks. That means something to me.
I don't think that's different.
Not if you're banking on being in the playoffs.
But look, Jay Black, look how the draft fell for Memphis, bro. Memphis actually got burned in that trade.
They had to
because we traded 7 spots back and got a guy that we've been scouting forever.
Yeah, right,
we got exactly who we want.
You're right. I forgot we got a draft pick back.
Right. And we got the best player in the draft.
And I don't forget that.
I mean, in the trade. The trade.
And that 22nd pick was the Laker pick that looks like it's probably going to be bottom 20.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Why?
So, yeah, that ain't that big a deal.
I don't know.
But Black, you watch Lonzo's show, huh? You watch the show? You watch Lonzo's show? I'm just asking. I don't know if you do or not.
No.
Okay, well, go. You say you want to know if Lonzo wanted to be here. I'm showing you he didn't. He said it on his show. I've been telling y'all this, but y'all just ignored the shit I told you.
When he said it, what episode?
He said it at the All-Star game when he came down here. He said they were walking. Him and his girl was walking on Bourbon, and he stopped somewhere, and he told him they went in there, and he told him something, And he said, you ain't got to worry about me coming back because I ain't coming back here. He been said it. That's what I've been trying to do. He never wanted to be here.
That sound like he talking about that restaurant more than anything. But I got
it wasn't it was just a little place him and his girl stopped. You know how
you know he ain't talking about the place though, like each one.
Man, he talking about him, bro. Why is
He's talking about the Pelicans.
Wait, Black, you just got here. You can't say you don't want to be here. Even if it is at a shitty restaurant, you can't say that.
But wait. Let me ask y'all a question. Why do y'all think that because y'all love it here, everybody else supposed to love it? Just because we love it don't mean he gonna love everybody else gonna love it.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think
you gotta understand. He's from a rich part of LA, and this is the way they look at this is the bottom of the barrel, whether you want to accept it or not. Y'all being naive, bro.
No, he put words in his mouth. He never said anything.
How am I putting words in his mouth and his daddy told you? Okay,
I'm about to get out of here.
Black. Okay, if let's say this, when Anthony Davis wanted to leave, he gave Rich Paul the green light to pull the trigger. Okay, so whatever he said it, and it was being relayed by Anthony Davis. Now here's my point with Lonzo. When Lonzo got Rich Paul said, and I quote, Lonzo loved playing with B.I. and Zion, and that's it. He said he's not a fan of the city. So if you really didn't feel like that, why would you let your agent say it, bro? Why would you in knowing you in the contract situation? Why would you even give him the green light to say
it? They kind of let him say all type of stuff, to be honest.
Why in a negotiation situation where you about to be a free agent? You gonna give him the green light to say that?
But I also think it's the same thing.
Knowing that you're trying to get the bag.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing too. I also think two things. One, he got the bag, so you can't say it didn't work. The second thing is it's a result-driven league, so it worked. So the second thing is that there's a lot of players that, for the most part, may not necessarily like the city they in that play. But look, they so rich. They look by the time the year's over with, they gone. They go somewhere else. B.I., I'm pretty sure he's somewhere else. Every time I see him on the
Jackson Hayes was in LA when he got into that situation.
Exactly. So none of this stuff to me, like it ain't too many players unless you already live in LA or New York. It ain't too many players that stay in the city that they work in.
But see, that's what you're missing, James. That's why when you look, and y'all need to look at the NBA for what it is. It's a very snobbish market. It's about location. And when you look at what dudes want to play, all that New York stuff, you see like the verses and they want to be at that. They want to, you know what I'm saying? The nightlife and all that.
You can take a flight.
But that's what I'm saying. You're
not talking about what I'm saying. When you look at Atlanta, when you looked at what he went and rubbed before he went out there, look at the situation. Look at the teams he went and rubbed. New York and Atlanta. Like you tell me who got the type of nightlife.
It's both of them, but let me tell you this: what everybody talk about these big markets. It's only really two big markets that people really sign to. Ultimately, it's either New York. Everybody talk about it's either New York or LA. All these other teams, other than Chicago, this year for the first time got a whole bunch of free agents in a long time. Guess what? Atlanta.
I would say Miami too. But anyway, let's simmer down. Lonzo Ball is the flock out of here. And we need to talk flockology.
What I'm trying to understand is why is he so talked about like this for an average? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Wait, you know what? Each one teach one. At a better time when we have our roster figured out and this mystical Memphis trade ain't pending no more because we still talking about what we got back for Lonzo and we ain't even seen what they done with the trade. We talking about we gave up a first round pick.
I think they get Buddy Hield because he the only player out there and they need to do it.
They got other guys out there. You talking? They're looking at trading. They're looking at trading. So there's a lot of people that could be. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of people that could be available other than Buddy Hield and trade.
But you got to do it by the cap, like what they able to move and looking at.
We could get up somebody up to $20 million, and then it could go up to like maybe 25 or 26 if we move Josh Hart with it. So. We got enough money to get a lot of people, to be honest with you.
Who else do you see out there as a player on the team right now that you could get with that price? That's probably a disgruntled player is ready to move.
You don't have to. They don't have to be necessarily disgruntled. It's just because the team could be. The team could.
Right.
The team could be done with him.
So,
I threw Harrison Barnes out there. I noticed that we gave Charlotte a first round pick, and I noticed that they signed Kelly Oubre Jr. to $25 million 2 years. So if we want to work that in the signing trade and possibly pull somebody else in the trade to do something else, we could do that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see how this whole thing's structured. Why exactly we gave Charlotte a first round pick for Devonte Graham, even though they probably wasn't gonna match him at 4 years, 47, even though they could have. But like why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? Maybe they are keeping Kelly Oubre Jr. and that's why they moved off of Devonte Graham. But they helping us facilitate something else. It's a lot of stuff. Some family in the chat say Pascal Siakam. Like we don't know, man. We don't know. You got Marcus Smart. They possibly could go get because they just signed Schroeder. They re-signed him.
Yeah, to like they about to 4 years, $77 million. I think it was.
I don't know if that's smart.
Yeah. I ain't saying it's the move. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I want them to do that. I'm just saying this is guys. It's out there. They got rumblings about Bradley Beal. I don't think we're gonna do that. But there's a lot of people.
I wish we would, though. I wish we would.
He ain't going nowhere.
That would be nice. You still got Andrew Wiggins floating around. I ain't no telling what the hell him and the NAW was talking about on Team Canada. Like you know, it's a lot of directions they could go. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, I think it's gonna wind up being somebody that we didn't expect because every move that they made so far that we've tried to predict, Devonte Graham. I know I mentioned him a couple of times. A couple of people in the chats mentioned him. Maybe somebody in the chat said his name and was high on him and would say we was going to go get him. But I don't remember a lot of major stories and a lot of people saying we was going to get Devonte Graham. That's who we wanted.
I thought we was going to drag it.
Well, because he get paid $19 million.
He with Toronto now. They did a signing trade.
They signed a trade. That's what I thought we was targeting.
But he
we still can be.
He getting paid 19. So I think if you gonna get Dragic, you wait until he get bought out. Because if you paying him $20 million to do what? Like he good, but he ain't that $20 million good no more. So like,
how many years is the 20 years?
It's one, but at the same time. But at the same time, there's so many other players that you can get that's probably making around about that $20 million that would be better than Dragic that you can lock in for more than 1 year. And then what Dragic would probably Buddy Hield for one. Like and yeah, so like he's younger and his contract decreases as the year go. He's a 3-year contract and it go from 20 to 19 to 18 on his third year. So like Malcolm Brogdon maybe still out there. Like you said, Wiggins. It's a lot more better players.
They've already said
you got Bro Brian from Utah. You got their whole situation. I mentioned that so much I forgot to say it just now.
How about the Eagles?
Oh my God!
No. I'd rather Eagles over Bojan, honestly.
I'd rather Eagles too.
I like Eagles.
No,
Bojan don't need that much offense.
What y'all missing on the Hill trade is Sacramento trying to. They were trying to get rid of him, okay? With the Lakers situation, the Lakers wanted to take him, but they couldn't facilitate the trade with what they didn't want Dennis Schroeder. So what they basically did was the Pelicans, they want a first round pick for him. That's what's really in the works. They want to pick to take Hill. You see what I'm saying? To take on that contract. It's almost like what we did with Eric Bledsoe. And it'll make sense for us getting a first round pick for to take him, and then we gave it to a first round pick for Devonte Graham. You see what I'm saying? It all works.
I agree with that. The only difference I think with this situation is that if I'm New Orleans, I'm not requiring. Well, if you can get it, but I'm not really necessarily requiring to get a first round to take on Hill because one, he I don't know if you can say whether he better than Bledsoe or not, but his contract ain't bad, and he younger, and if like I said, it's depreciating, so it's like, and you don't want him, like you, and I guess that's the reason why you said they'll try. You got to give us first round pick because you obviously don't want him, and then the draft assets that the way you've been drafting, obviously you don't want him in that sense. But at that point, like at some point, you gotta make the deal, right? Like you got to get it done. Like because you're trying to get a first because your dumb ass sent out a first for Graham, that's on you.
Yeah.
Like at this point, you got to
did the same thing for Lonzo in the middle of the year. That's why the trade didn't facilitate during the middle of the year because it was Laurie for Lonzo. But remember, Griff wanted the pick. He wanted the first round pick. Lonzo was yeah,
but see, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that because like you would have had to pay Laurie marketing just like you had to pay. You would have had to come to a decision at that point, and at the same time, the asset the first round pick would have been a lot easier to move than Laurie marketing. Look at Laurie marketing is still out there. With Chicago, and in Chicago, he already said he's not going back to Chicago. Ain't nobody giving him the money that he wants because he would have been signed, he would have been gone. So I'm not.
The Hornets.
Yeah,
the Hornets but they signed Kelly Oubre. They were supposed to, but they signed Kelly Oubre. Now when they did that, they over, if I'm not mistaken. So they can't.
And another thing is too that a lot of these teams like Utah have to do something because they literally cannot complete their moves unless they get up off some salary cap. Like they cannot bring in who was the Whiteside wasn't the Whiteside they brought in?
Yes,
they cannot sign him until they get up off the cap space because they had to pay Mike Conley so much money. And then it was another player they had to get.
I think Rudy Gay be in it with us because Washington can't facilitate they trade yet with Dinwiddie. Because they don't even have they was before Dinwiddie even thought about signing. They were about 10 million right above about to be over the cap.
Well, they didn't they did it now because remember they brought in 5 teams to be able to facilitate that trade. Now
who were the 5 teams they did it with today? Whenever they did it.
Spurs, I feel was.
They bought this. Okay, I see what they did.
It was 5 teams, but yeah. So,
okay, they used the Spurs, right? Right, because I thought we was gonna have to be in it with them to get it. But see, that's where Griff messed up at because what he could have used was okay. Y'all got the situation going with his faces. The Lakers sent over there, Kyle Kuzma. So you could have used that with the whole Buddy Hield situation to tie it all in. You see what I'm saying? You could have got Hield.
Well, it's not over. It's not over yet. That's the reason why.
Yeah, you can still time
so that's why I think that if everything was set in stone of what David Griffin was going to do, the shit would have been official by today. Because today was the first day that you can make it official. The fact that it has not been made official lets me know that they still call and still trying to make moves. Because I know I pray to God that he know for a fact that he look at this team and realize it's not enough.
You gotta know.
Because
you know how you know. I'm gonna tell you something, James, and I realized this a second ago. Griff know it because he's feeling the fight. He know right now. It's not really a desperate move, but it's a desperate move for him to save his job in the whole situation.
It is a desperate move.
It's a desperate move.
See what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I'm agreeing with y'all. It is, and he got to do it. So he working on it now. But he notices his basically almost his job.
I ain't gonna say. I will say this though. I ultimately think that if he make the move that he's supposed to make, that so far it has panned out best for him to work, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Damn cool.
Because the fact that the fact that the Lakers did not get Buddy Hield, and they went and got Westbrook, like the suitors for Buddy Hield is small now. Like think about look at the landscape that's out there. It's not too many teams that have cap space anymore that you could do anything with. So same thing with Utah. You got to dump some salary. You got to get off one of them shooters that you got.
I heard Indiana in that. I heard they trying to dump. They said Brogdon. They said low key Brogdon is. They saying they trying to work with them to facilitate the whole Brogdon thing.
They want to do the Brogdon for. They want to do the Brogdon for Ben Simmons situation. Like that's
but they're not getting that. That's what I'm saying. They already rejected them. But from what I've heard, there was some whispers that they're still trying to do the situation with Brogdon. But what they have with the picks and trying to get him over there, they're not gonna give up none of their young assets, and that's why Indiana's still so gun-ho. But the situation I'm hearing is they trying to give up some more of those assets that they still have to get Brogdon because they don't want to give up anything else to bring him over here. Now, I don't understand where he fits in all of this because you just got a point guard and then you got Kyra. So I don't understand how that works. But the Buddy Hield situation,
I
kind of
shooting guard too.
He a combo guard. He a combo guard.
Yeah,
I see that. But he a
too
six-foot.
at point guard.
And another thing is too, Saturatsky ain't gonna be here. Like
No,
he's not gonna
going
be
to
here.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I forgot about his 10 million. His 10 million.
It's got that 10 million got to go. Like the only person that they that's the reason why they signed Temple.
No,
to the deal because
Saturatsky is going to Charlotte. His coach from Charlotte. That's they tight. They friends. So they wanted him, and that's why it's not facilitated. Charlotte want him. He's friends with the coach. I was reading it. They asked for him, so that's why the deal haven't been facilitated. They want him. They want Saturatsky. He's going to Charlotte. Yeah, he's going to Charlotte.
How many spots do we got open left?
I think it's still 12.
We have a two-way open. Our roster is full currently, even though the trades haven't been official yet, so it's nothing concrete right now.
Okay.
So that's why I think ultimately, like, if you make certain moves, go ahead, DJ. My
bad. So I got a question though. What are we doing with Wesley Wando? Are we trading him with Josh Hart?
We're gonna cut him and just pay him, bro. We just pay him to go.
I don't even think his contract is guaranteed. I don't even think it's guaranteed.
He on the move somewhere. He gone.
Yeah.
So, but
we not keeping William Gabriel and a Windu from Star Wars, man. We not keeping a Windu, the great Jedi. The Jedi got the go.
Well, we could send him to the G League.
What?
Nah.
Man, like 27, bro. We gonna send him to the G League.
Hey, it's a lot of.
They didn't already put the roster on, James. It's over for him. Bro.
I'm about to say
it's over for him, James.
I'm just saying, like, who else got like? Did some old dude get to say he was gonna go to the G League? Jamal?
You talking about Knox? Everybody was talking about Knox was gonna go to the G League. He declined to go to the G League. Oh no, Jimmy Ferretta.
That's what I'm thinking about. And
he like from overseas. He like Michael Jordan overseas.
The boy,
he went to the G League. Yeah, he went to going to the G League for Denver.
He ain't had no choice.
Oh.
He said he ain't had no choice.
He ain't had no choice.
How do y'all feel about the coaching? Because I say it was an A+. How do y'all feel about the coaching?
Go ahead.
I can agree with
A+.
I can agree with the A+, bro. Because I mean, this is the best possible move they could have made. Like what better move could we have done from our assistants? Maybe somebody could cherry pick something else, but I don't see a better situation if they could have created what was available. So I like it.
Yeah.
Bro.
I think us getting Jaren Collins, I think that was like a big steal. You know what I'm saying? Because Willie's strength is defense, and adding on Jaren Collins, who's known as, you know what I'm saying, more of a defensive minded coach, especially being with the Warriors and him being like applauded by Draymond Green, who's also a really good defensive player. I think it matches up perfectly with the schemes that, you know what I'm saying, Willie Green is familiar with, you know what I'm saying, it matches up together since they work together. So
he went to Harvard, didn't he? Didn't Jaren Collins go to Harvard? Yeah, he did.
I think he is.
Harvard or Yale. He went to one of them type of schools.
Yeah, I know he went to.
I mean, you got to surround yourself with smart people, and you got to give Griff that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know you don't know what you're doing, surround yourself with smart people.
Well, I don't think that was Griff. I think that was more or less Willie.
Yeah, because they did work.
Who else is over Griff?
He's there. But what they saying is that was Willie Green saying, "I want this person from," because they worked together when they was at Golden State. So that's
you want to bring him? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So who brought D'Antoni though?
That probably was Griff.
Well,
that's the power Griff. They worked together. Yeah, when they worked together with the Suns.
They've been had just like the whole Dragic thing that's a Griff thing. If we wind up getting him, like, you know, I don't know what he do to players or how good he is off the court, but he always seemed to be reaching back for people he worked with and players he had, and they always come back. Everybody forgets that Eric Bledsoe was
on the Suns.
Yeah, that was a Griffin thing. That's how we wound up with him. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't had that relationship with him, they could have saved us a lot of pain and heartache last year.
And I will say, I also will say this about the D'Antoni thing, because I saw some people was like scared about that, like talking about
Why?
7 seconds. Well, because the whole 7 second left with no defense and all that stuff. And I'm like,
he ain't the coach. He's a consultant.
There you go, DC. That's my whole
But that
point.
ain't it.
Was like,
That ain't it, BC. See what the truth is. This is what they gonna tell you. He basically is gonna be sitting over Willie Green, and if Willie Green mess up,
nah, they said that ain't the
All
play.
right.
They say he not even gonna be. He not gonna be at the game.
That ain't the play right now. That ain't the play right now. He the backup player. Trust me.
Nah, man. Listen. That would be the worst. That would be the worst thing ever that we could do for Willie Green. For that to happen to him, bro, you realize the Pelicans got to start off like 1-17.
I'm about to say, well,
you know what I'm saying? They got to do something like.
And that's not a reach. Now we done did that.
It's got to be blatantly obvious that he can't coach at all. You know what I'm saying?
When we started 0-13, Zion was hurt.
Yeah, right.
Favors,
but see that Black, they don't want to say that. They don't bring that up. That Zion came in out of shape. He was hurt most of the time. No, I know, but I'm saying they don't never mention that out of shape and all of that when they talk in the media and say that we're not giving him everything. Because your first year, you came in out of shape. I'm sorry.
You wasn't out of shape. He was hurt.
What you mean? When he got before Zion got on it. Did you see that boy in that suit?
Hold on, stop. No. Listen. When in preseason, go back to the preseason. Now, when he was at the summer league, I give you the summer league. But in preseason, that man was in shape. He was in shape.
Zion was lighting it up in the preseason.
And then he got hurt.
You mean when he was huffing and puffing?
What game? He was not.
This the man first game in the NBA. Come on,
go look at that suit when he walked off the stage. And go look at the Zion was at Duke.
Bro, I'm telling you, them 8
Wait,
games.
It was more like 4, bro. 3 or 4.
It was 4 in them games in the preseason. Hold on, wait. In them games in the preseason, he was in shape. He was phenomenal. He was probably in better.
He worked his way into shape.
He probably was in better shape. He probably was in better shape in them preseason games.
Thank you. The man telling you down there. James,
I don't know about all that.
Okay.
One at a time, fam. We can't hear y'all.
When he left Duke, tell me the truth. The Zion that you saw there, and what was it from the Final Four period to when he walked across that stage? You gonna sit there and tell me that's the same dude you saw 2 months prior before that walked across that stage?
I didn't say that. I said preseason.
Nah, hold on. Each one teach one. I want to tell you something, bro. Like I messed my knee up. You know what I'm saying? I had a torn what was it, MCL? I messed my knee up. I ain't getting no surgery. You know what I'm saying? But when you mess your knee up, bro, one thing you got to do is sit your ass down. You ain't gonna be working out. You ain't gonna be doing no running. You ain't gonna be doing none of that, bro. And you gonna eat. Like I probably put on, when I messed my knee up, I probably put on a good 20, 25 pounds, bro. Easy. Just because I wasn't able to be active like how I was used to. Zion tore his knee up at Duke, right? So, okay.
When he tore his knee up, I won't know this. I'm just asking.
They said, listen, they said it was a sprain. But obviously it was more than a sprain because the dude played 3 preseason games and hurt the same damn knee.
You talking about he hurt his knee in preseason?
His shoe bust out. His shoe bust out.
You saying that situation?
Wait, man. His shoe bust out when he was in North Carolina, right? He got hurt, missed some games, came back because he said he wanted his team to get to the Final Four and all that. They made a run at it, got to the Elite 8. He got bumped out, right? Okay, so he shows up at the Summer League. Now he fat.
No, DC.
He was out of shape.
He was out of shape in the Summer
Kevin
League.
Knott.
I'm talking about what
I know
happened
what you're
to him
talking
in
about
college.
when he exploded his shoe. I'm saying he wasn't hurt.
He didn't play that many games after he exploded his shoe. Now
his knee might have been playing all the way through the final. Fuck off with the Elite.
No. He missed his games. He missed his games after he hurt.
But he still played all the way to the Elite 8, though.
He played
So
to the
what
Elite
you
Eight,
trying
but
to
I'm
tell
just
me?
saying it wasn't a lot of games that
I
he
don't know how
played
that
in
works
after
though.
that.
You
Well, I'm
said it
saying
on the news.
his knee could have still been partially injured from that.
Okay, what I
Right?
saw
Because you had
was
his coach come out and say that Zion was not ready to play when he knocked knees with Kevin Knox. You know, that same
right.
knee.
That's
That's the
what I
problem.
saw him injure
His
his
coach
knee.
said he shouldn't have played, right? Because he probably wasn't working out. He wasn't
They took
ramping
him
stuff up. He was taking it easy, not working out, not doing a lot. That's how he came in out of shape. So boom, that happened. He got the knock knee thing, right? That ain't no big deal. So what we do? He go through that and he press like hard, dude, lose a bunch of weight or whatever, little 20 pounds he gained, 15, whatever you want to call it. And I don't think he really was as big as people was leading on either, because they was taking pictures at certain angles, making the man look bigger than he was. But he going to preseason, right? He start balling out. He wasn't. I ain't see him breathing hard. I don't know what the hell games you was watching. That man was tearing the people.
Run down court on one
Yes,
play.
bro,
Man, that man was
bruh.
tearing them people
In
ass
pre-
up in the
bruh,
preseason, man.
In preseason,
He
that
had
man
to
was
stop
in
They
this.
start doing whole Sports Center
Okay,
columns
I
about
need
Zion
you
off
to-
preseason
I
You
games.
need you to
said
go back to
he
the
wasn't out of
preseason
shape.
game.
So when
He
we
was
can pull a
in
video
preseason
up right
game,
now, Q.
Okay,
Pull a
pull
video
it up.
with Zion.
I guarantee you. I guarantee
He
you,
done
you wrong.
stopped
I
halfway
guarantee
in
you
court
You
and
messing
stopped
with the
running.
right one, bro. We got Big Q up there. Big
Bruh.
Q gonna find the video, bro.
Bruh,
I'm
because
looking right now.
He
You messing
stopped
with the
running,
right
bro.
one.
the
He
man
stopped running,
averaged
put his hands up, and told Elvin Gentry to take me out, bro.
not
The
in the
dude
preseason.
was
He did
I'm
out of
not,
saying-
shape,
bruh.
bro.
He did not. The man
Alvin Gentry
was
was
playing four quarters.
preseason coach. I don't think Alvin Gentry was the
No,
preseason.
Yeah, he was the
Elvin
coach.
Gentry was the
Yeah, he
coach,
was.
bro. That was his
He was.
Zion.
Yeah, man, I'm telling bro. He hit knees with Kevin Knox.
Zion
When
was
he hit
average.
knees with Kevin Knox, they took him out immediately. He didn't even finish
Well, I
playing in
mean,
that game.
with that, and then we talking about the preseason. You talking about the summer
Yeah,
league.
I'm
You talking
talking. That's
about
what I'm
But-
talking about. The preseason.
But
That's
if the
when he took
man
ball from Kevin
knee
Knox.
was already hurt before
yeah.
he started playing, then he knocked knees and he hurt it again.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna raise my hand and tell him to take me out too. If I could run 5 goddamn miles consecutive,
and I'm
I'm
gonna tell you
still gonna
something.
raise my hand and tell him to take me
And
out.
I'm gonna tell you something
So,
else. If I
I'm
know,
trying to
hold on,
understand.
wait. I'm gonna tell you something else. If my number one overall pick, generational talent, knocked knees in a summer league game, and all of a
Coming
sudden,
out of
come on, let's go. 'Cause I was waiting for an excuse. Like if I'm a GM, I'm waiting for an excuse to take his ass up out of there.
Right.
Like
Pull
I'm
that
waiting for an
comment up
excuse.
from Michael Shivers, Q, because
You
that's what I was
tiring
getting
and
at.
tying both
So-
of
That's
them
what
up.
I was getting at and where I was going.
So listen,
He probably did have a minor little situation where they had some minor surgery, right, after the summer league, and they just kept it under wraps because
We know that. They said that.
but then he had to have it again in the preseason.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's obvious that Zion was hurt all the way from college.
No.
He was still hurt.
Man.
It's
Bro,
the same goddamn. It's the
That's what-
same goddamn leg, bro.
Bro, when
He
you
played
No,
one game and got hurt.
I want you to
He
explain
played
this to
one
me.
game and
Explain it.
got hurt, bro.
How can you hurt your knee with an exploding tennis shoe? Please explain this to me.
Dog,
It's
are
called,
we?
it's called the
Hold on.
hyperextension on your knee ligament.
Hold on.
Like I heard
hold on.
mine fall in a similar way with my MCL, man. When your
Hold
knee
on.
go in the opposite direction it's supposed to, whether it's an exploding tennis shoe or you falling out of a
Your
goddamn
boy
car,
just
it don't
said it
matter.
down there. He raised his hand
Dog.
and he hit his knee when they had the earthquake, which was summer league. I'm telling you, bro. It was the summer
Dog,
league. He hit
are
it, he
we
knocked me with Kevin Knox,
really?
and that's when they took him out, and he was hurt, bro. He was hurt then.
Are we
when
really
he knocked
arguing
me.
over some shit that happened 2 years ago, bro?
Well, we talking about
I
him.
thought we was here to talk about the present, bro. Come on, man.
We can't. I'm gonna just say this one thing real
The
quick.
past
I'm
will
done
repeat
with
itself
the.
in
I'm
the
done with
future and the present.
I'm
If you
done
don't
with
deal with it.
I'm
It's
done
doing
with
it right
the
now.
I'm gonna say this one thing real quick, and I'm done with the whole
Pull up
Zion
that
being
damn
hurt
video,
stuff.
Q.
The thing you talking
I
about
don't
summer.
want to, bro. I'm trying to get beyond it.
You talking about summer league? He was huffing and puffing. You 100% right. But summer league and Zion in preseason were two different dudes, bro. Zion was killing them dudes in preseason. He was in shape.
Yeah. That's what I didn't mean.
That's what me and DC
preseason.
was talking about.
Yeah, preseason. He started. You know what I'm saying, he started to come around and get himself into shape. I already had established. I'm talking about summer league. Summer league when he had on that white and then he walked across that stage. That nigga looked like the Nutty Professor. I'm sorry, you're not gonna change my perspective and what I saw from the Duke, that Zion at Duke, to that Duke right there. You're not gonna change my perspective.
Man,
That Duke, that Zion was that
man look like a Nutty
small
Professor.
forward. That Zion at Duke could play small forward. Does Zion now? He could play power forward. Now change my mind and tell me I'm lying.
All right, I won't bring somebody in who ain't saying nothing about 10 minutes. Big Q, what you think? Put this to bed because we keep going at each one. Yeah.
Well, only way to clear this up, fam. Y'all know when I'm silent, I'm over here looking for stuff.
Look.
That's Zion Williamson in the summer league right there. He does not look like another professor. This is it right here. There you go, right there. That killed all.
Now show the one with him at Duke. Show the one with him at Duke.
That ain't the you said.
I know. Show that one, and then I show the one at Duke, so you can compare the two, so they can see the difference.
He's in shape here, though. Look at him.
Oh my God! But why you running from what I'm asking you to show? Let the people see, so they can see the difference. The dude was not.
I don't think you're gonna see too much of a difference, my guy.
They've already explained it everywhere else that he needed to get in shape. That's why Karl Malone said he needed to come holler at him. What are you talking about? Why would Karl Malone?
Because every NBA rookie, when they play and come to the league, need to get in basketball shape, big dog.
You right, I'm wrong.
NBA shape.
NBA shape. It ain't like he's not in shape, but you got to get in shape for the league. All of them go through that.
Right, but I'm saying Karl Malone took his time when he was on the podcast with Quentin Richardson and Darius Miles.
With a lot of potential, bro.
I know,
Karl Malone. Go look at Karl Malone.
He told him about keeping his weight in shape, keeping it. That's what they're talking about. He need to do what LeBron did as far as take his conditioning and all that serious. What they say about LeBron, he spent about what $1 to $2 million.
LeBron James does that now. LeBron James, when he first came to the league,
right? But he was doing that then. Is what people are trying to say. That's all.
No, he didn't. LeBron James said himself he didn't do it.
Bro.
Okay, so LeBron James was lying then. All right. LeBron James.
I'm trying to understand what
y'all playing a passive aggressive game.
Y'all not even making sense. So he lying about spending $1 to $2 million. On his weight and his condition.
When he got older, when he was 27, 28 years old, he said that's when he started spending $1.2 million a year.
Okay, I'm not debating when he started doing it because we don't know when he started doing it.
What we're saying is Zion is 21.
Oh wait, hold up. It's coming in, family. We got some new pictures. Got some pictures of Zion in college. So we put this to bed and get back to the present.
Y'all know this dude doesn't look the same.
Just to show y'all
what
it says.
Here you go.
It says right here, Zion Williamson returned from injury.
Just show the picture.
Damn, each one teach one, bro. Look.
Now look at that Zion. That's a small forward, family. What are you talking about?
I don't know what you looking at, bro. Dude,
look at that dude. Look at that dude. Look at that Zion. Now look at the Zion, and now you tell me that's the same one.
On the jersey throwing them off.
Yeah, okay, bro. You're right. But see, that's the same thing y'all told me about with Lonzo Ball. I was tripping, but now he's gone. Look at that Zion right there with that one jersey on, and you put that Zion up now. You talk about that's the same dude, man. Knock it off. That's not the same dude. You trying to make yourself believe that. That's not that same dude. The brother.
All right, we obviously trolling you a little bit. The brother probably gained about 10 pounds, bro. Like he wasn't like, it ain't like he out of shape, but everybody acting like the man put on 30, 50. They talking about Zion 300 pounds.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I was saying.
Come on, man.
You did hear it. Well, you did hear it. That's all I'm saying. Did you hear it?
But everybody who go to the league, bro, that be the main thing they all try to do is put on weight. Zion about to go play foul forward. They talking about him possibly playing center. You know what I'm saying? Man, okay, ain't no telling what the hell he was doing.
Back to small forward then.
He was never a small forward.
Never small forward.
I never heard about him going to small
forward.
He's
always been a four. He's always been a four. The only time he wasn't a four was in high school when he was pretty much a point guard, but he's always been a four.
He still was a point four.
He's big as hell.
He's big as everybody.
Come on, I said, look at that Duke team. It was Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett, who was the 2 and the 3. He was never the small forward. He was a power forward. Now they said because he's 6'7", that he may be a small forward because most power forwards are around about 6'8" and above. But as far as him actually playing that position, they just saying that that's who he'll probably have to guard in the NBA because power forwards are usually like 6'9" and above. That's it.
So we didn't hear him coming in, and nobody was saying he was out of shape or none of that. None of that was said in the media.
You heard the narrative. You heard the narrative from the media, but let the media tell it. We need to get rid of our team and sell them to Seattle. We shouldn't even be doing this goddamn podcast, according to the media.
But I'm saying I see it the way they still see it. You might not agree with it, but I see it that way. See, sometimes with y'all like to be naive. You want to make people think that it's what you see it is. I'm being real with you. I'm just being real, like the whole
Bro,
Lonzo thing.
look
Y'all
at
think
this
that the
dude, bro.
dude, okay, DC,
Look at the video
you
that's
said the
playing in
same
front of you,
thing
bro.
with Lonzo. He didn't say that. He wanted to be here. I don't see that. But where is he at? A minute after free agency open, he went to Chicago.
I clearly was wrong on that, and I just said I was wrong, and went back and ate all my words and said maybe we was looking at it wrong. But we got evidence right here on the goddamn video to show you what we talking about. Why are you talking crazy? They got a video playing in the back of you.
But that's cool.
Showing you Zion.
Not looking at okay. You right.
Okay.
Like I said, you right. I'm wrong. If you think that that's the same dude size that he was at, okay, you right. I'm wrong.
I told you, I gave you a little bit of wiggle room. I said a man might have gained maybe 10, 15 pounds or so, bro.
Something like that.
But like 10, 15 pounds.
So why they always bringing up the narrative about him?
Because 10, 15 pounds to world class athletes mean you was obese. You know what I'm saying?
Why
They exaggerate.
Why they always bringing that up about he needs to lose weight because he keeps dunking like that?
We got about 6 minutes before we end the stream, fam, so I won't be able to get quick takes from each of the family members. Before we go, quick takes from the family members. Each one teach one since you was teaching and saying, bro. Quick take from you on the journey of the Pelicans. You know what we need to do moving forward.
I think that our stars, it's time for them to step up. I think Zion and BI, they got to step up as far as with their defense. Everybody got to buy in. It's not about what the media is saying and none of that. It's about our stars being stars. If we paying you to be a star, be a star. You see what I'm saying? You can't just have it one way and say that we're not giving you anything. And the fact that, you did get valenciunis, you got Nickel, you got Jackson Hayes, Kyra. Devonte Graham looks like he's a good ad. Our stars gonna have to, play defense, buy in, and be the stars that we need them to be. That's all I gotta say about it.
All right, thank you, bro. Let's move to Brother Jalil. You want to give a quick take on what you think the Pelicans need to do moving ahead, my friend?
I agree with each one, teach one, and I'm gonna just add on this last tidbit. I know the moves aren't done, but I will say this much: we have a lot of unproven pieces. Now, if Najee, Didi, and these other unproven players can come through, hey, we never know what might happen. We might shock the world, become like a 7th seed or some shit like that. So unlikely, but we'll see.
All right, thank you, Brother Jalil. DJ, what's your thoughts on the
my
DJ was asleep.
No, I'm not asleep. But my thoughts on was hopefully going on is we find a backup center. A backup position, which is power forward for Zion.
Okay.
And since we got Hernangomez, I'm good with the center position. What else? And I believe that's it. We do have the 17th pick and the Herbert guy. So, and then we got Didi Lozada, Najee Marshall. Who else we got on the 3? BI. So I'm pretty much good on that. All I'm saying is that we find a backup for Zion. And I guess you can go up the shooting guard. I don't know. I know they was looking at Buddy Hill. Nah, what I do want to know is the Chicago Bulls deal complete though? Because I did hear about they are trying to extend that trade with the Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams. And also, because we really didn't get nothing for Lonzo. We got two guards and a pick. Not trying to go back to the Lonzo thing, but we really didn't get nothing for them. So, with that being said, that's all I got.
All right, Jay Black, you up, my friend? Thoughts on the Pelicans?
So I think like right now I rated them as a D level. Like I really didn't like the direction, but everything could be totally forgiven if they go and get Joe Ingles. I think so he can play multiple positions. He's a stretch. He can shoot really, really, really good, and he always burned us. Like every time I've seen him play against us, he always played good against us. So most of our a backup power forward, yay or nay, we could get we need like a hybrid, a backup center, backup power forward that can be in between a tweener. That's more likely a move. But I prefer Joe Ingles or Buddy Hill. We need a backup shooting guard. We do need a backup shooting guard. If y'all say Didi Lozada steps up, I would prefer that. I like that too, and especially when he's working with my guy. So he's gonna be solid. So I think we gonna look good in the future. I like the direction. It could be a good direction if we get Joe Ingles.
All right, thank you, Jay Black. Coming to you, brother James, VP James, for what you got to say, the direction of the team, my friend.
James, before you speak, I'm still waiting on you to subscribe, bro, so we could be a little co-host, man. But go ahead.
Okay, I thought I already did. My bad. I got you. So ultimately, currently the way the team is constructed is not enough. Like I know a lot of people expect the big things from Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Kyra Lewis, all this stuff, and I think Nickeil will be good. But at the same time, I don't think there's enough shooting around Zion and Bi yet. Like it's spacing better. It's a lot better considering what we had yesterday because last year because it was so shit. But ultimately, it's still not enough. They still got to make some moves to make it better. I don't know at what position or what it may be, but they got to go out there and get still some better players. I do like I said, I do believe that the fact that since nothing has been officialized yet, then that they're obviously is trying to do something. I can't be mad because my understanding is that they really, really were trying to hit on big fish. I can't be mad at them trying at that. I just hope that ultimately that you don't look back at it and say you tried so hard at the big fish that you still failed to construct a good team around your star players, right? But there's still hope. I gave them an A for the draft because they killed it on both they picks. I give them that.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we did not get a Solomon Hill yet, where we overpaid for a dude that obviously, one of them we didn't do that, right? So a Graham was a good value pickup, even though I don't like sending out that first round pick. As much as I wanted Lonzo to stay, I'm not hurting over that at all. Like it is what it is. He gone now, and we got to move forward and build. Our real core is Zion and Bi. Like ultimately, that's what it is. Like
you hear that, huh, Jay Black?
So
you hear that, huh, Jay Black?
I told you I was going to stop with the Lonzo stuff.
Let me stop being messy.
I was going to stop.
But that's how I've always felt like once Bi came up, it's like the other pieces are ultimately movable. It's really about them too. Like you got to make sure that you find the right pieces to fit around them to make sure they win. And I agree with each one teach one in the sense that defensively, like no matter what, if Zion and Bi don't buy in defensively, it really don't fucking matter who you bring in. Like it don't. But they have to be the ones to be the initiators.
The stars got to take on the challenge, baby.
To bring in, to bring the effort on defense, and I think the first thing is Willie Green. I think Willie Green and the Collins guy that he brought in, they're obviously going to be someone that's going to be able to help big time on the defensive end because, like I said before, Stan Van Gundy, because he was out for multiple years, his defensive style was theoretical. And then you got a dude that just came in that literally had a top 6 defense with the Phoenix Suns. And if you look at that team, they really didn't have defensive stoppers. Like they had some dudes that pretty much gave effort, and they still was able to form up a top 6 defense. So that's pretty much what I gotta say.
All right, thank you, brother. That's VP James. Appreciate you, bro. DC, last comment to you, my friend.
First and foremost, any direction moving forward with this team, I don't want anybody who don't want to be here. Period. So, like Lonzo, sad to see him go, but at the same time, if I was wrong, each one about him wanting to be here, then I think he should have left. Because first and foremost, man, you gotta want to be here. You know how we are. See how passionate we are in here tonight. And the fans in New Orleans, when you want to be here and you embrace the city, man, they're gonna show you nothing but love. But if you're on the fence, you teeter-tottering, then we don't feel like you're giving us your all and all that, they're gonna drag you. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the place for place for you.
DC, we're gonna tell you to get the flock out of here. We don't care who you are.
Oh yeah, you could be Michael Jordan. You come in here with that attitude, we don't care. We see celebrities all the time. This does not this don't do nothing to us. I was talking to somebody and they said they actually met Anthony Davis. And they told him, it was like, what's up, bro? Just, regular, you know how we do. You say Anthony Davis went to looking at him all crazy. Man, F you. Say, man, that's Anthony Davis. I don't give a shit. Care who he is. I wasn't doing nothing but speaking to his bitch ass.
And he looked like he could do that too.
Right. So the whole thing is, man, this is a city that love you, will love you back. If you love us, we'll love you back. And I want people who want to be here. I think we got a nice roster and a decent foundation. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we lost Lonzo Ball, part of that core. Josh Hart is still here. We may lose him too. But if we leverage that and we get the right players to fit with what we already have, because we always talked about this front office being so dysfunctional, the roster not fitting together, it being mismatched. Yeah, we got talent, but we ain't using it right. So we went out, we drafted 2 of the best draft picks we probably could have drafted with our draft slots, right? Okay, we went out and we got a solid A to an A+ from everybody saying with the coaching staff, right? Right. So we lose Lonzo Ball. We go out, and I have my preferences about Graham. People had their preferences about Ball. But we go out, and we get somebody who averages pretty much the same goddamn averages. If you just want to look at him like he not going to change. I'm speaking on Devonte Graham from a perspective of grading it on, I guess, on a curve a little bit, not having rose-colored glasses, but understanding he ain't playing with Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. That's going to look totally different. What would Lonzo Ball look like if he played in Charlotte with no LaMelo?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about it from that aspect. And I'm sure Lonzo Ball wouldn't look trash. But we've seen that. He probably would look better with LaMelo. Obviously, he played with LaMelo all his life. But you can't say that I purposely threw LaMelo out there, because you can't say the same for Devonte Graham. He ain't played with LaMelo all his life. That's why I said, what would he look like without LaMelo? That's why I did it like that. But we seen Lonzo with the Lakers for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And good player, a lot of potential, needs growth. You could pretty much make the same argument about Devonte Graham, and you put the right pieces around them. I think they can be potentially great players, both of them. Right. But they're different, and they're great at different things. Lonzo's not a closer, so we're not gonna have this argument about him being clutch. He made great basketball plays. I've seen him make a defensive play that saved the game for us, and do a whole bunch of other small things. But he's not gonna close the game and bring us home. And for this team, we need a point guard to do that, and we got it. So moving on from that, I had to say something, Jay Black, because I kind of let you off the hook with that one earlier. But moving on from that, man. We got a great center. We upgraded we upgrading our bench. It's a lot of things to be positive about. And this trade is not done, family. It's not done. We jumping to conclusions. I know we all shell-shocked and we got PTSD because David Griffin will fuck up a wet dream if you let him. But it's not over, and he hasn't yet. So I I can't crucify the man for something he ain't do yet.
Okay.
We gotta see it complete.
Calm down, BC. I know it's the weekend. Good grief, man. Calm down.
With that said,
For them Rastafarians, boy, I tell you something, boy.
But Q, you be
Well
right though. Before we ever, I noticed something, and I'm gonna give you a prop. When we was talking about the
I'm
draft,
an alien, not an alien.
you was like, when I went to give Griffiths props, you was like, wait, hold on. And you're right, because we should have a cause for pause with him. But thus far, we can't really be mad at what he done. That's all I've been trying to get at. The media is trying to.
We can't be mad.
But the media is trying to purposely use propaganda to say we're not giving Zion what he got. First of all, they need to be real. Zion Williamson has had more help than LeBron James and Michael Jordan put together when they both came to the league. He's playing on side another All-Star.
We was trying to leave, but I can't let this go. So Christian Wood, Eric Bledsoe, Steven Adams. We traded Anthony Davis for two people that we were going to let go. That we did let go. We let go Lonzo. We're about to let go Hart. So all his trades he regretted the next year or the next 2 years. Like, come on. Like every trade that he done so far, he regretted. He regretted.
Oh, you talking about Griff? No question.
That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, you said Griff. We got to give him a pass.
He regret the Lakers trade, Jay Black.
Yeah, because we let all the people go. We should have got Jason Tatum.
That wasn't up to us. We would have traded for Jason Tatum over that. But
it was Rich Paul. It was your homeboy.
Rich Paul messed that up, man.
I know boys.
Yo, you got a boy. Lonzo your boy. You know Lonzo your boy.
But Jay Black, here's the thing that you got to understand in that situation. That Rich Paul and AD pretty much killed any other deal for AD to go anywhere else other than LA. So that Tatum thing was killed once they came out and said that he wasn't going to re-up in Boston because Boston he's not going to re-up. I'm not sending you Tatum.
Well, they was going to give us Jalen Brown. They was going to give us one.
They wasn't going to trade.
They wasn't doing nothing. How many times has Danny Ainge done that? Black.
Once he came out like that, they said they will only give us one. At first, they was going to give us both.
I don't agree with that.
They were. I remember. They were.
But my thing
was both for Anthony Davis. They were gonna give us Brown and Tatum for.
But my thing is, if you're Boston, because let's think about not only.
I'm not Boston. I'm a Pelican fan.
I understand it, but what I'm saying is that you also have to look at who you was dealing with too. If you look at Boston did not trade
so much.
Boston did not trade for James Harden or Kawhi Leonard because they didn't want to come up off of Jaylen Brown. If they weren't going to do that for them, there was no way in hell that they were going to trade for AD, who already came out and said he's not re-signing in Boston. They weren't going to do that.
After they wasn't going to do it. They said it before that they were going to trade him for him, but after you right, James, they wasn't going to do it at all. That was Nathaniel.
We don't know that. The better deal was after that.
What you looking at, Black? You looking at a 1 year rental like Kawhi Leonard.
It didn't happen. Like if Boston wouldn't have cared that AD said or whoever in his camp said that he wasn't going to re-up, the deal would have been done. But because of that, once that came out, Boston pretty much said, you know what, we good. So now at that point, the only other team that we could have traded him to was LA. Now everybody want to say that the deal that they gave that they was offered to us beforehand was better than what David Griffin had ended up accepting. I disagree because that first round pick that we would have gotten that year wouldn't have been a fourth overall pick. It would have been a lot better than what it ended up being, and then we wouldn't have been able to do the move that we ended up doing. Now I agree. The Eric Bledsoe and the Steve Adams trade.
Yeah, you regret that 100%.
Now, other than that, you got BI, an all-star, and you got multiple first-round picks. No matter what happened with Lonzo Ball and Josh Hart, you still won.
But you still bring Graham into that too, because you really get Graham is attached to Ball. Whether that's all gonna be attached in that trade. So you're still really getting Graham for him in that trade. So we don't know what the type of player that Graham is going to be.
We got Tomas Satoransky.
Okay, hold on. So if you want to say the AD trade, this is what you pretty much got for AD. You got Lonzo Ball, and he ain't here no more. But I'm just saying initially, you had Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, and then the other picks also turned into Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Didi Lozato, and Hayes. You got all three of them because Didi Lozato was part of that second round pick. So you got all three of them from that AD trade, and you still have 3 or 4 more picks left.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Jackson.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. Because remember when we got the 4th overall pick, we traded back with Atlanta, and then we ended up getting 2 first round picks. And I feel we swapped the 2nd round pick with them. And so we took the 2nd round pick, got Didi Lozato, and then those 2 first round picks, we took Jackson Hayes and Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
We already had the first round. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Zion is our number 1 overall.
We sent Solomon Hill to Atlanta.
Exactly, and we got off the contract. Off the contract. So again, if you want to sit there and say the Eric Bledsoe and the Steven Adams trade was a botch, 100% agree with you. But as far as to sit there and say he regret all his trades, the worst one was that. Other than that, he pretty much hit on most of them.
That's right.
What about? Wait. Let's go down the line then. So what was the other trade? So he had one. So you saying the Lakers trade? He won. He lost in the Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams.
That's the all Drew Holiday trade. One trade.
Here's the thing. I don't want to.
The Lonzo trade. You think they won that?
It's not over yet.
We don't know yet.
Oh,
it's not over
okay.
Yet.
So that's what you're doing. You're gonna break it up.
No. As of right now, because it's not complete. Because that's facts. It's not complete. Neither one of these trades have been official. So as of right now, he's losing in that trade. I give you that. But as far as the Drew Holiday trade, what makes that ultimately looks bad, because it's a lot better ultimately than it is, because we still got we got a lot more for Drew Holiday than people was saying that we were gonna get. Everybody remember they killed Milwaukee for trading all that for Drew Holiday. But it don't look bad now because they got the championship. But the reason why it ultimately ended up looking bad because we put Adams in that trade too, and we extended him. Like if we had that
was one of the requirements to get him.
Right. You didn't have to get Adams. You could have got somebody else. But that was the thing that ultimately made that bad. And then you got Eric Bledsoe. We could have moved Eric Bledsoe from the beginning, but we didn't because we had to fill that Drew Holiday spot.
You tried to send him to OKC and they rejected it. They didn't want
it. He said he didn't want to be here. So ultimately, you got the picks for Drew Holiday, and you had. And then think about it, to come up off of it, we trade Drew Holiday. If you want to include this too, the Drew Holiday trade also turns into who? Trey Murphy, because we turn our first round pick and Adams and Eric Bledsoe to move down 17 spots and got Trey Murphy. And we didn't reach because we were gonna get him at 10, and a lot of people probably would have saw this and reach. Everybody said he was a top 10 player. He could have been, but guess
Memphis put us back like Q said it. He said right now he's not in the red no more, pretty much.
Exactly, he's not in the red. And if you look at if everybody want to kill us, ain't nobody looking at Memphis. Ain't nobody looking at Memphis and the moves they've made so far this year.
Even Memphis is tanking on purpose, bro.
Exactly.
They borrowing out and trying to reset for next year.
I agree with that.
We're gonna have to leave it on that, fam. Yeah. I appreciate y'all, man. That was a good conversation at the back end, man. That's why I was kind of chilling out. But listen, fam, what DJ?
To end that show.
You got it, bro. You gonna close the show out, bro. You got it. All right. So listen, I'd like to thank the panel, man. VP James, brother Jay Black as well. Each one teach one, always bringing getting the critical thinking thrown in there. That's right. Much love to you, my brother. DJ, brother Jalil, Rick's Rock got in the building. Good to hear from that brother today as well. And we appreciate all the family members for being here and great discussions. And everything is beautiful. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for dropping in. I've been reading the chats. I'll be quiet, listening to the panel. I'm also reading the messages, so I kind of be just kind of doing multiple things here. But I really appreciate y'all. A lot of just intelligent people in the chat, man. Y'all guys are awesome, man. So with that being said, I'd like to thank all the illustrious Pelican panel for being here tonight. Thank y'all, brothers, for making it, and also the family members for following at home, watching it as well. So with that being said, I salute the entire flock. And DJ, feel free to take us out.
If anybody talk about our Pelicans, you tell them, wherever you from, ask him to get the flock out of here and go flock themselves.
Much love to the fam, man, and we'll see y'all next week, man. And prop up sometime. Y'all hit the notification bell, subscribe, and we'll be back a little later for more Pel chat.
Not Jamar, son.
The Pelicans post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.